bullshit.
Step right up, got tickets on sale. In today's episode, trains coming off the rails. Watch it all burn from the screen on your phone. But don't you worry about it, you're safe at home. Every talking head will tell you everything's fine. It's the blind leading the blind. Yeah, it's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Well, the world's strongest man just dropped the ball, and the tent's caving in from the weight of it all. Yeah, the lion's at the cage, puppets in a rage, and the ringleader's on parade. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on.
Come on! Witness the greatest show on earth! Ignore the flames!
It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on.
Don't know why I'm lagging so much, but I am. I give up. I'm getting ready to change internets, I think, because Xfinity has pissed me off for about the last time. So, happy Tuesday! The 19th of November, 2024. Here we are. And we got some technical issues here. No worry, though. You know, JD's always got the technical shit handled. Okay. Maybe now. It is so expensive, Heather. I'm telling you. Let's see. The last we have a bundle package. And the last internet TV phone I just paid was $286 for a month. That seems outrageous. I remember when Marvin would bitch because I had a $200 phone bill when you know you had to pay for long distance calls. Well, hell, that ain't nothing compared to the bills now. That's about what you pay for your bundle too, Heather. Yeah, I don't. Ugh. We need Trump to give a formal speech and get Congress to impeach dumb shit ASAP. Yeah, I'm worried about what they're going to destroy in the next 3 months before he's actually in office. Especially after this little episode today. But anyways, let me say hey to at least the ones I have here, which are the most important ones, because they's here and not anywhere else. Miss Flatty, she got some more boobies. I don't know what the hell she's gonna do with all these boobies, but because she don't want none of them. Maybe she'll give them out as Christmas presents. That's what you do with them, Flatty. My hater hates me. Um. So hey, Flatty Girl, how you doing? AMC. You'll probably always beat Daniel here because I don't see Daniel here much anymore. Now, in his defense, he probably hasn't seen me on his channel in a while either. I know I'm subscribed to him. Maybe I need to go double check notifications on him because I'm not getting his notifications. Because usually I go to people, even if I don't necessarily say hi, I will always go and like it. So no matter who it is. Sometimes I just lurk, but I always go and push that, smash the old thumb. Heidi, thank you for coming in and giving us a T3 raid. Shelly, I missed her today. I was just too busy with the grandson and didn't get a chance to go say hey to her. I did see that she was live, but I just never made it that far. I tried, but didn't get it handled. So thank you, Heidi and Shelly and everybody that came over and clicked the like. Oh, Mishka, how are you, darling? And I see you're still surviving there in Wonderland. And Miss Heather, AMC, Sugar Britches, what's up? My ear is vibrating. It's always just too much for me in that ear. Went outside today. Only took about 20 minutes to get bags under my eyes. Who am I missing? Anne, how are you, darling? And Mr. Dave Brown, how are you, sir? Loki, what's up? Who else? Are we good? Nope. Mr. Andy. How are you, Mr. Andy? Chrome Dome Omega. And AB, what's up? You just stopping through? All right. Well, I'm glad you did, darling. We're here if you get bored and come back. Big Dog Ma! I am waiting on a call. Shit going down. But quick flyby and I will be back. The timing on your video and sound is off. Or is it me in Matrix? Laugh out loud. Is it off? Can you guys not hear me for this whole fucking time? Please tell me you can hear me. Am I muted? I can hear you. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Flatty. Ma freaking me out. She just did that. She went, hey, I'm going to stop by, freak gut her out, and leave. No, she didn't. Seagull, what's up? Okay, good. Everybody can hear me. Good. Oh, good. And it's synced. That's good to know, Chrome. May need to reload the stream. I don't even know how to do that. What do you mean? I'm afraid I'd lose it all. I tried to, like, literally shut down and restart, hoping then that would help. Let me try to turn my Wi-Fi off. Refresh your audio. Your video's off. How do I do that? Y'all crack me up. How do I do that, AV? Don't tell me. Don't refresh it, but don't tell me now. How? How do I do that, AV? Tell me. Tell me now. Where do I go? Settings, audio. Oh, wait. What did you say? GG. Do you have updates pending or pending updates? I don't think so. I always let them go through. Looks like I'm matching on an old Godzilla movie. No. Shoot. Spoke too soon. Slight variation between video and audio. Anybody having issues may need to reload the stream. Maybe they need to reload it. Oh, please tell me that's the case. It's like watching a no. Tell me that. That's what I felt like when I was watching it. Fuck my life. I hate this shit. I give up. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to, like, I can't just reload the stream. It's not a big deal. Soldier on, fucking A. I'm gonna soldier on, reload the fucker. I reloaded the fucker. Okay. Well, don't do anything. Odds are, it's not, okay, well, good. Just make fun of me. Fuck it. It'll be content, right? Okay. So I was going to play a little bit of, because I didn't actually understand where the whole Russia and Ukraine war actually truly started from. Like, I heard some people say, oh, it's been going since the 2000s. Well, no, it's been going since, like, longer than that. But there was an agreement, and y'all probably know this, but I didn't, that there was an agreement that they would not put Ukraine into NATO, right? And then Clinton fucked that up like he did everything else. And so, because Clinton messed with it, now they're like at war. Since 2014? Did I get all that right? Or am I completely off on all my shit? Y'all need to tell me. Because this, I'm telling you, when it comes to the shit that's going on over in another country, a lot of times it's really hard for me to grasp. And probably because the shit goes back since, like 1794 or something. Hasn't it been going since other countries took an interest in making money there? Well, I don't know. It has something to do with NATO. I do know that. Okay, wave my magic wand, and now the Matrix has caught up, and y'all are good till I get back. Okay, Ma. Thanks, darling. Love ya. I heard it goes back to 1990. Exactly, AMC. That's what I heard. Well, or I don't know. I don't know if it started before then. Maybe it started before then, and I never kept continuing down the rabbit hole. But see, Yank, come here. Where are you? I feel like Yank could tell us all this shit. I do. I feel like he would be like, okay, let me give you the history of. But I sent him the link, hoping that he would show up with all his wonderful, gracious, bald-headed knowledge and school us, but at least me. Obama was the one that actually cracked the egg with Russia and Ukraine, but pressing hard for Ukraine to join NATO. But yes, the original offer goes back to the Bush and Clinton. Yeah, I heard Clinton signed it. I don't know nothing about Bush, but I heard Clinton had signed it, and at least that's what some knowledgeable dude, I can't remember. It came off of the Cambridge, blah, blah, blah. Rick had it on his he did a video on it and basically just let it play through. And the guy explains it really good, but I know it's going to glitch if this thing can't even keep up with my lips. It sure the hell ain't going to keep up with that. But I feel like, didn't Trump like chill everything out when he was in, like before? Didn't he like have, he was like, knock your heads together. You haven't seen Rick's video yet? Well, I was going to play it tonight, but I can see very plainly that's not going to happen. Now, if somebody like RB or somebody came up that has good internet, and then I can piggyback off theirs and show it through theirs, that would be cool. But as of right now, we sucking, which seems really shitty, doesn't it? For $286, this is the kind of internet you get. Fuck. My info starts at 2014. Yeah, see, it went on before then because the deal was made in 2000 or in 1990. I do know that. Why am I feel like I'm being stuck on a leash here? Hey, Holy, what's up? Thanks. Okay. Okay, damn. Yank said, yeah, not tonight, love. Okay. And I made a sad face. Okay. Anyways, so in all this, it turns around that it's our fault. On top of it, sounds like Biden, I don't know, in his nose picking way said, yeah, go ahead and shoot those missiles off. Which, really, are you stupid? I feel like they're just doing this just because they want to get something going before Trump gets in office. What'd Chrome say? What'd I miss? Too true, Lucky. It would just be another fence post around their country and a concern. And a cornered Russia is bad. Russia invaded Ukraine in 2004 when missiles back there. Oh, so I see what you're saying, AV. You're saying that's when the actual war started, was 2014. So they weren't pissing at each other before then? For some reason, I thought they were. But I'm telling you, see, this is what I need. I got to be schooled on this shit. Okay. What pisses me off is what gives a handful of people to play nuclear war games with humanity, and nobody will step forward with a speech. Right? Was something, right? Well, because that's the way they've always been doing it. I mean, Jesus, for the last 4 years, we've sat in the fucking dark while Biden's hiding behind bushes and shit. Like, did you see what he did here just yesterday? I had the picture of it on my thumbnail. He says like 10 words and turns around and walks away into the fucking bushes. And every one of them, they've cut the camera so you can't see where the bush he walks off into, but it's pretty obvious he walked into bushes. The situation began getting out of control in early 21. In January of last year, Ukraine President Zelensky urged U.S. President Joe Biden to let Ukraine join NATO. And did they join? See, this is more than I even ever paid attention to. Because the big deal was they weren't supposed to, it was not supposed to happen. Like, they were not supposed to take They were not supposed to join NATO. Like, that was the deal since 1990. And then Clinton came in and fucked that all up. And now, oh my God. Right? What the fuck? Mr. Duggar. How come your video ain't coming up? I know it's because of me. My shit's just all fucked up. Okay, I'm going to try to pull him up, see what happens. Oh, it worked. Hey! How are you?
How are you? Doing pretty good, you know. You lagging or what?
You know what? Maybe it's because I'm not on my earbuds. Let me try that. Hold, please. See, this way I knew because I could hear you.
What about now? You seem like you seem like you finally linked up.
Okay. Now are we doing better?
Nope. You still
Fucking
slow.
running. I think it'll get better though, because I think hooking it up to the earphones is better than it coming through my speakers on my other device. So maybe we just got to give it a minute. Okay. So Russia stated over a year ago that if the U.S. supplied Ukraine with long-range missiles, that it could trigger a nuke war, right?
Yeah. Hey, Platty. You know, he's almost out of office. Within 60 days, he'll be out of office. He's over there stirring the pot. Just
well, I know, but he can fuck up a lot in 60 days.
I'm telling you, it's right now. You know, they're not going to take it for long. I'm telling you. But you know, they shot 6 at them, and the Russians destroyed 5 of them.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah,
I don't always trust. Don't trust everything the Russians say.
Don't
trust everything the Ukrainians say either.
Well, let me finish my point first before you start non-disbelieving, because it was the U.S. who was saying they killed 5 of them. We're going out there with old-fashioned technology. They're knocking them out with jamming systems, and I mean. This is just keep your eyes on Russia, keep your eyes on Russia and Ukraine, while the whole time China is building up. I mean, they already outnumber our Navy, and man, they got plenty of soldiers. So, you know, and you got Iran in the middle of this crap. North Korea is willing to give them 100,000 troops, you know, so.
See, now it's already gotten way too muddy for me. All right, once you start putting 40 other fucking things in the mix, I'm just like, we go straight over my head.
So I wasn't going to stick around too long, but I just came because I was going to try and help to kind of clear up some of the history and then give you at least my take on where I think things are going.
Uh-huh.
I don't think the history is all that relevant. I don't think it matters that much, to be honest with you, because we're where we're at. I think the real reality of the situation is that Ukraine does not have the manpower to take back any realistic territory. So unless NATO wants to get involved on the ground, and you've seen a few NATO countries like talk about putting some of their troops, you know, in trenches or whatever. But the reality, I think, from an American... So let me back up a second. In geopolitics, there is no good guys or bad guys. Just like in any decision that you make, there's no right or wrong answer. Generally, there's only trade-offs. So I don't think all this, who's the good guy, bad guy, who caused Ukraine and Russia to fight, I don't think it's really relevant, because at the end of the day, we have to do what's best for the Americans and the American people geopolitically. And so I think in the American perspective, for 2 reasons, it makes sense to try to end this war. One, because like I was getting at, the Ukrainians don't have the manpower to realistically take back territory. And so we can throw as many weapons as we want them and throw more money at them, but all we're costing them is any opportunity for a future, assuming they take any actual land or end this war on their terms. So the best outcome, I think, is for everybody to end this. Let the Europeans work on building up their side of NATO and building up Europe if they're scared of Russia. But what the U.S. needs to be focusing on, like Mr. Duggar was getting at, and like Pete Hegseth was getting at, the nominee by Trump for Secretary of Defense, is the U.S. needs to be focused on fighting the next war, not the last war. And in the American mind, we shouldn't be focused on fighting Russia. They're the last war. The next war is China. We need to be able to fight a war with a country that's closer to its home, that has a larger navy, that has a lot more manufacturing capabilities. Like, that's what we need to be focusing towards. So, what they were saying in the chat, Army Vet and whoever else was talking about it, after the Cold War in 91, the Ukrainians gave up their nukes, and the US and the UK, and which eventually basically was NATO, said they would protect the Ukrainians and provide security assurances. We haven't done it. In 2014, the Obama administration didn't do a damn thing. But it's been the whole time that the Russians have pushed. The real reality for the Russians is that geopolitically, they need a buffer state. It's really easy to just drive right across the Caucasus. And if they think that they're, in danger, then they need some sort of some sort of land mass or something that's going to protect them. But like the U.S. is on its own continent, so it's kind of irrelevant to have to deal with that kind of shit. Like, we're not in any real danger, and I don't think that anyone's going to launch nukes at the U.S. If anything, nuclear use is going to be on battlefields for strategic use. But I don't even see it going there.
Well, aren't the missiles that they just shot over there our missiles that they just...
They've been using our weapons the entire time, or whatever.
Okay,
all
so
the
you don't think that Putin's going, listen, motherfuckers, that's your weapons that they're using on us. Thanks a bunch.
No, I think Putin realizes...
He's about that?
No, I mean, if you look at the economics, sure, Putin can be as pissed as he wants, but if you look at the economics, China basically runs Russia, Iran, and North Korea as client states. Those three states have nobody to trade with anymore other than each other. They all produce essentially the same things, which is, specific military equipment, raw resources, and, fanaticism that they push out to the world. And so, they can go send some troops to go sit in some trenches in Berdansk or whatever it is, or, in Kursk or something like that with Russians, but it's not like they're being effective. It's not like they're useful. I was reading stories about how they were giving canned food that they thought was so special to the Russians, and it was like canned dog. This is not going to end well. These people don't have anything in common. They're just relying on each other because the West has put them in put pressure on them, and the only person that can push back is the Chinese. And again, this is one of the big reasons I voted for Trump, is because I see in the long term, if we don't go to active war against China over something like the Taiwan stuff, is we need to try to economically decouple from them and stop being so reliant on foreign manufacturing for our key, goods, our most important stuff.
Our meds, especially in our technology parts. But every time they get a hold of something of ours, all they do is copy it. I mean, you think that them supersonic missiles, they got them from our people. From traders selling it out. We had them first. They didn't have supersonic. We had it. And a lot of the technology that they've been stealing over the years by all these spies and moles placed around our government was like Stalwell and a few other people, but it all started out with CIA running a coup in Ukraine to put our people in there so they could start a war. It was a plan all along to start this war. That way, the military industrial complex can come in and get paid, and then they can get paid from them. So that's what it's about, It's so a lot of people don't think it is, but that's what it's about, And why would you go mess with stuff? Why do you think they were making them dangerous viruses and stuff in Ukraine? So and other ones over there in Taiwan. So stop and think about these things. Why are they doing them such like that? Why was that virus in China? Why was why was it even made after we had laws prohibiting it? But yet Fauci walks free. So they cover their own. And just because we want to doesn't say we want a war. We're still at war.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what the Trump administration, ends up doing. I have a lot of hope, but time will tell. Yeah, I mean, I think AMC points out some good stuff. Look, China's providing drones for Russia. Iran, they're providing weapons to Iran. They're providing air defense to Iran. But the Israelis went in and, at least they claim, and the Americans backed it up, that they used their bombers, their the F-35s to bomb Russian made anti-air defense.
Hey, Max. Hey, Joey.
Hey. I'll give you my thoughts on Russia, on Biden letting Ukraine use these missiles to throw at Russia. It's like the worst idea since New Coke. I mean, seriously, I don't agree with that whatsoever, one bit. That they should have done that. He did that. I think it's leading us. He's trying to expedite this war, thinking that he's going to. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know if he's thinking he's going to defeat Russia before he gets out of office. They're going to give up. What he's thinking, that ain't going to happen. He's just going to get us deeper into war, and this is going to make it harder now for Trump. We're supplying a Nazi government, guys. That's ridiculous.
Well, from what Trump, I heard Trump had said was, "Yo, boys, how about if we just sit down and have a little chit chat before y'all get all spunky over there?" So, I do hope that he is able to have a conversation with them. I would assume now that he's elected president, he can have conversations with them about this, and he can. In depth. So, yeah. I mean, what the hell? The phone works both ways. Trump, call him. Come on.
Look, the other spin on it, and I don't know what the right one is, other than Biden is intentionally trying to kick off World War III to settle on Trump or keep, the Democrats in office. Could also just be simply that they expect Trump's going to end this, and they're trying to give Ukraine whatever they can give him in the short term to, get as much as they can, because they think Trump's going to walk in and be like, we're shutting this down right now. Not a like, hey, we want to escalate, but we know Trump's going to end it. But yeah, no, I don't like it. I think this war should have ended a long time ago and been shut down by the Americans. Look, they should have never gone to Zelensky and been like, yeah, we're just sending you whatever you need, and then you decide how to end this. Like, it was delusional from the beginning that you were ever going to take back Crimea. I'm sorry, but it was just delusional as all hell.
And we need to cripple Iran financially, and drilling over here and buying oil from ourselves, rather than buying it from over in the Middle East, will cripple Iran, and we can hurt them, and that will help the war in the Middle East right now. We need to get Iran's nose out of the picture, because Iran's going to try to escalate this as much as they can, and this war needs to end too in the Middle East, and it would have already ended, I believe, if they would have kept their nose out of it.
Well, like I was getting at before, I think, as I see, the idea of America first, it's not necessarily that we shouldn't be involved in what's going on in the rest of the world, but we should only be making decisions that benefit the United States geopolitically.
Mm-hmm.
We're not policemen of the world.
Right.
We do help haggard people, big countries picking on little countries. I can see that, that's just because we're American. We help others. Most of our money going over there, it's not by our choice. It's by illicit programs they're running. When you think that's the first country, United States, has pulled a coup on and and put their own government in.
Been
No.
that way
all the time.
since the beginning of time. It's been that way.
That's what happens. That's what happened in South Vietnam. That's what happened in Turkey.
This has been the U.S.
That
since
area.
the end of World War II, when we decided instead of being isolationists, we were going to go build an empire. At least the powers that be.
We don't need an empire. We got an empire right here. And, if we protect our borders and our people, we just think. What kills me is they keep sending all these money to these other countries. They should make them as, like Trump said, make them as loans. No more free money. None.
Exactly.
You got to help the people when they're hungry and stuff, but free money to help, like Biden and Obama sending that money back to Iran. That's traitors. They're traitors.
How about Kamala?
How
about Kamala putting illegal aliens in 5-star restaurants while she's telling the people in North Carolina that $750 each should take care of them. That should last them a while. Giving them $750, but putting illegal aliens into our 5-star hotels in New York City and buying them 3 meals a day. Feeding them and everything. And the people in North Carolina, they're still struggling.
I say put them in a uniform and put them on the front line.
Hell yeah!
I don't care which one.
They want to be here to prove it.
Yeah. Asking us to send our kids and our wealth and our treasures over to fight a war that if they'd have left it alone, they'd have figured it out by themselves. Putin wasn't coming and going all the way into Poland and all that like they're trying to say he was. And I hate Putin. Okay, he is no kind of hero of mine. I hate him. I think he's an evil man, and he's done evil to his own country. So I mean, we mandated it when we voted in Trump like we did. They need to listen to us, and they need to be held accountable. But there ought to be some kind of common sense bureau in the United States. Because no, you're out of here in 60 days. You're trying to kick off World War III. You're out right now.
Look, I understand Putin. I understand that Putin is trying to bring back the old Soviet Union. I understand that. I understand we're battling that. I really do. But why are we funding Nazis to do it? That's what I can't figure out. That is just a Nazi regime over there that we're funding to battle Russia. Russia is still a democracy right now, supposedly. Right now, we all know better.
It's never been a democracy.
Right. But I mean, they're no longer a communist. They're no longer a communist nation, supposedly, right? But at the same time, if we let them get all this territory, I realize they're going to have a lot of power and stuff, just like they did before, and stuff. But at the same time, we can find somebody better. We can find a better way. There's got to be another way. I mean, Reagan found a way.
I think so. You can't force regime change onto people. It has to come from within. I mean, look, that's been proven in every attempt we've ever made from the 1960s until now, other than in Europe, where we shared a culture with these people and we occupied them essentially for 50 years. Ultimately, I think we need to just recognize in our foreign policy that not everybody sees the world the way we do. So many people grew up in America and believe in all these things like, oh, everyone has these rights that are God-given or whatever, all this bullshit. No, we just grew up in a time, or at least, people that were born after, let's say, the end of the Cold War or spent most of their adult life after the Cold War. We're living in a time where, our government controlled so much power in the world that we, got away with so much of pushing our beliefs. There's really no such thing as rights. At the end of the day, in all these other countries, might makes right. Whoever has the most power, whoever has the biggest guns, whoever's got the most following, they're the ones in charge. They're the ones that say what is moral, what is right, what is wrong. And we need to get back to a point where we can just be like, no, your culture is shit. We don't want to be friends with you. You have a death cult for a leadership class. Get rid of them, and then we'll talk. But it's not our responsibility to get rid of them for you. We can economically sanction the Iranians and all that kind of stuff. but we do not need to be involved in regime change stuff. We don't need to be pushing. If they want to go vote some military autocrat in, go for it. It's their choice. If they want to have a coup, it's their choice, and we'll deal with whatever government exists afterwards. But it's not our job to create democracies in other worlds or whatever. Or sorry, not other worlds, but other countries. Especially for people
Town says he's going to run. He's going to run in 2028. He's done with this shit. He's just going to run.
What is going on, good people?
How are you,
Sounds like
Outlaw?
Not much.
How's it going?
I'd assume we're talking about dipshit up there helping Ukraine with those missiles.
Yeah, well, the whole thing, I was definitely a little clueless on how it all started, where it all began. And, there's one expert that says that, here's the whole reason that Russia's pissed off. And it all started back in 1990 when, a deal was made. And then, in 2014, that deal was basically broke when Clinton did what the hell he wanted. And so everybody's explaining how they seen it or how, they believe it is. So I was trying to figure it all out.
Yeah,
I agree with Army Vet. I agree with you, Army Vet, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't need to be involved in that, European crap. That's none of our business. Let the Europeans deal with it. Poland spends 1% more on GDP than we do at this point on their military. They're working on building the largest military in Europe. Let them be the vanguard of Europe. Poles are great. I like the Poles. Have at it.
I tell you, it goes back to the Bay of Pigs. We all got upset because they were putting in missile silos and stuff in Cuba and stuff like that. Well, that's the same thing they're doing to Putin. They're putting ballistic missiles in his backyard, threatening to join up with NATO. All he's ever asked is stay out of my backyard. And by the way, Crimea, the people voted to go back to Russia. So,
vote it or not, I don't personally care. Honestly, even in the United States, we can go and vote, and, people went out and voted for Trump, and, he wins all three, branches, and he's got the mandate and all that. But at the end of the day, we're just a bunch of fucking plebs. They're going to do whatever the hell they want, and the same thing exists in all these other countries. It's just more obvious. Sure, you can get some ability to, vote in the U.S. and impact things. And yes, we can, all go out and vote for Trump and vote him in. But at the end of the day, you saw what happened last time with all this deep state shit. So hopefully they make real changes and they get rid of the deep state. But
it is unfortunate, but there's been a lot of changes and more changes coming up in this government that I'm seeing there thinking, oh wow, this is going to be big here in the United States here come January, February, March, and everything that's going on. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff exposed. I really do. I think Trump learned a lot last time. He figured it out, and he's had 4 years to think about what he learned too, and figure out. And listen, he didn't become a billionaire for no reason. People can yell all and scream all they want to that he got his start from $1 million loan from his daddy. Let me tell you what, give me $1 million and see how fast I spend it. I won't become a billionaire off of it. I can guarantee you that. I'm not that smart. So you think you ain't playing with a dummy here. This is a smart man, and so he's figured it out. And I think we're going to learn a lot here out of his 4-year presidency.
You might not have all the answers.
Cabinet
Go ahead.
I'm just saying his cabinet sure looking like they're ready to take a stand. There's a lot of things we're winning because we're seeing a lot of stuff you would have never seen or even heard of if it hadn't been for the MAGA movement and the mandated by the people, the election mandated by the people, and everything keeps coming out drip, drip, drip. 300,000 children have disappeared. Where they at? 300,000, and they're not even arguing about it. At least 300,000.
I know it.
That's a lot of babies, bro. That's a lot of kids and ladies. We got to get evil.
Well, how do you think
You
they
got to
kept
draw a
Biden?
line against changing Biden's blood with kid blood.
Yep.
That'd be one of the best.
Right?
A
What's
lot
it
of that
called?
is.
Adrenochrome. I'll say it.
Yep.
I was just fixing to say a lot of it is going into your stem cell research.
That too.
I tell you
I
what,
hate to
LW.
say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I hate to say that, but a lot of the products that we're using has stem cells in it.
I know.
And now-
I trust me.
and you want to
Go
know
ahead.
where the 300 million babies went? That's where they're using it in products. They are using us humans like literal cattle.
Soylent Green.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that movie?
Well, it's like, I mean, look, my hope. So I was going to say before that, at least even if Trump doesn't accomplish everything he planned to, I still believe at the end of the day when he says that he, stands for the American people. I do believe him when he says that. But if anything has come out of all this, I think it's very clear that the reverence for the media and the celebrity culture is dying out, and that's a really good thing. Like, they tried so hard to use celebrity and to use the mainstream media to push Kamala to victory, and nobody gave a shit. And, now you see all these people doing the Trump dance or whatever to YMCA at sports events and stuff. Like, my hope is that people start thinking for themselves a little more and stop just being the NPCs. And that maybe out of that, what we end up getting is a politics where come 2028, I'm arguing with all the people that are more conservative because I'm a little more libertarian. But, we can agree on fundamental, commonalities about being American beyond just, geez, the left is crazy.
That should be the only moniker that we have to deal with. You're an American, but you're an idiot. You're not a Democrat. You're not a Republican. You're an American first.
Yes,
and
sir.
if you're not American first, you don't put American first, shut up. We don't care about what you're saying. You got to put America first. Our values, our government, our republic. It's not a democracy, as they keep saying. It's a republic. It's a constitutional republic. And when he put abortion into the state's hands, that's right where it needed to go. Federal government should not be in our lives. They're there to function as guarding the United States against all foreign enemies. Okay, the U.S. government is there to help with laws that make justice equal. And that was what's so bad about Biden using his administration for law warfare. And it's you think you're a badass, let the government come after you.
Yeah.
Well, you're right that the government there to protect us. I mean, that's why we put so much into the defense budget. That's why we always have done that.
Yep.
It's because that's what their job is to protect us, and we don't say a lot about that. I mean, I think there's a lot of fraud there in the government with that, and I hope that people like Elon Musk can get to the bottom of all that fraud and get some of that money out of those hands of those warmongers. Right? That's what I hope. But at the same time, we still the government's job is to defend the country. And to keep us safe, not tell us what we can and can't do with our bodies and what we can and can't do with faith. That's up to our states and who we vote locally to help us with that stuff.
Well, that's what we tried to tell that Nimrod on the Traveling Fools' stream the other night. I'm like, buddy, look, you can't tell me all these millions of illegals coming in this country is a good thing. You can't tell me that it's okay that we're helping them by incentivizing them to come over here and break our laws and get first-time homeowners on your taxpayer expense. We're footing the bill for this. They're building hotels for these jokers, right? You can't tell me that's good for this country. You don't have a country if your national borders and your language and your culture breaks down. You don't have a country. You don't
So-
have an America to begin with if you break those borders.
Yeah, I may be a little influenced by the book I'm reading at the moment. But
Total you were correct on that about what he said about us being a republic and democracy it leads to communism. That is absolutely correct.
Yep.
You know what they're going to do if we ever get real auditors of the money, our treasure being doled out like it was Halloween candy, and all they're giving away is big chocolate bars. You know what I mean? So, and leaving a little bitty shitty corn for us.
No, but the biggest thing is
that.
we've become is this country, most of this country, not most of this country, but half of this country anyway, has become so comfortable in what they think is our country. They don't believe it as a republic. They believe it as a democracy. I mean, honestly, if you ask them on the street, or you know, are we a democracy, a socialism, or you know, whatever, they would honestly say we were a democracy. They wouldn't even know that we're actually a republic and stuff. You know, there are some democracy ways in there, obviously, but at the same time, we are a republic. And you're right. And this country, over a couple hundred years, has just become so fixated in letting the government control every aspect of our life that it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yep, LW. LW said, starting to see the issues from the border. Venezuelan gangs are going to war with cartel gangs from Tennessee and Colorado. It's spreading. That's what happens. 11 million in 4 years. I think it's closer to 22, but.
This is what I was going to say before, but I don't know if it's as much about bringing in a democratic voter class as it is bringing in a way to undermine the middle class and the pathways to the middle class. So you're bringing in unskilled labor, and honestly, one of the major pathways for uneducated people to the middle class was using, some sort of unskilled labor to learn a skill, to utilize that to, build some sort of business or, just work as a tradesperson or something like that. Not to work a forever job and life and some, menial work or whatever that never grows.
I disagree. I disagree in one thing. If they ever have a way and figure out how to make them all legalized citizens, that'll give such a boost to the Democratic platform. Republicans will never win another election, because you remember Republicans are talking about deporting them. He's giving them credit cards and hotel rooms and flights in. Like that guy that killed that little girl, man. They flew him to New York. He decided he wanted to live in Georgia, so they packed him up and gave him money and flew him to Georgia, and then he killed that little girl. And the blood is on their hands. It's not on that guy that pulled the trigger. It's on the person that brought him in our country in the first place, like he was some kind of savior to the Democratic Party.
But they'd have to care, so it doesn't matter. They don't care that the blood's on their hands. Christ, they put blood on their hands from kids. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, they don't care because they just passed the buck. They just passed the buck, and it ends up in Biden's hands, and then it's like, well, you can't really do anything to Biden. He's the president. So that's how they get you. They can do what they want to do. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's what needs to stop. And unfortunately, every president has that power, and we've got to hope that they use their power the right way. Unfortunately, right now, it's not being used the right way.
That's what that dude was saying on Fools the other night, wasn't he? About how the government, they govern. They tell us what to do. We don't tell them what to do. He laughed at the thought that the citizens, should tell the government what to do. I thought, oh, Jesus.
For the people.
His argument for it was...
I'll see you later.
Okay,
I'll be back to argue.
Okay, go beat the kids up.
Well, his argument for it...
Boot them little fuckers.
His argument was that we're all created equal, as if that's some sort of a pass to come over here and just, be a part of this if you're legal or not. That's not how it works.
Mm.
And I told him, I said, go try that in any other country and see how they treat you.
Mhm.
Why should America be any different?
Mhm.
We're not.
Exactly.
We're a country. We are a country trying to be a country, and you can't just allow any and everybody in just because you say we're equal and justice for all. No, you got to come the right way. Those laws
Yeah,
are there
no, I
for a
agree.
reason. Yeah, those laws
So-
are there for a reason.
So, yeah, no, 100%. I don't think that matters to them. Like, so what I was trying to get at before is, I don't think it's so much about voting, and it may be that may be a portion of it. You legalize them, you get voters, but voters shift in their ideology over time. We see this in Florida, where you have this huge shift in like Miami of the second generation or whatever from Cuban immigrants voting for Donald Trump because they're like, we see communism and we recognize, and we ain't going back to that. I think and what I was trying to say before was that I think there's an inherent attempt to undermine the middle class and pathways to the middle class to reinstate a feudal state. The American people believe in individual property rights and individualism. There's been a educational process over the past 30, 40 years to teach kids through colleges and high schools that America's bad, that capitalism is bad. And I run into so many young people that go, America's bad because capitalism is bad, but they don't understand that what we're really living in is in a crony capitalist society, in a society that, these people that are at the top, give it to their buddies who are also at the top and take advantage of everybody around them that is on the bottom. Our government constantly uses inflation and money printing to tax us and to tax our savings without actually passing legislation. And so I think that what they're attempting to do really is shift the balance of power so there's less middle class and more lower class, because it's easier to be a feudal state where you have a bunch of lords that you keep happy and a serfdom that you keep down, like an oligarchy like Russia. And that's where I fear that we're going. I have so little fear about these, illegal immigrants that come in that just want to like a better life for their family. There's a right pathway to do it. Those people don't concern me. There's a lot more issues that concern me, but I think that the issue of all these people that are unskilled labor coming in is that it creates a pathway to the oligarchy.
There is.
Well,
there's
my biggest concern is the emptying of prisons into our country. That's what and I do believe that is going on. I mean, you do have Venezuelan gang members. They are, they're shit. I think they've taken all over every Tennessee city. And that shit is going to be, they go right into people's homes. They don't give a shit. This isn't just about the gangbangers down in the middle of one city. They're eventually going to trickle throughout the metro areas and into rural areas. That shit has to be stopped. We have to sweep this up. So the immigration is a big thing. The illegal immigration is a huge thing that has to be. It's not just mom and her kids trying to get over here and have a better life while she works at fucking Mel's Diner. It's so much more than that. And I think people need to really understand that, because it is going on. And
look, I wasn't trying to minimize that.
No, I know you're not.
I was just saying, like, I do think there should be a pathway for people that want to come here and live that American dream. I think it's easier to get rid of those if you have a functional FBI and a functional, law enforcement system to get rid of illegals that are part of gangs and stuff like that. Commit a crime and throw their ass.
There's a pathway, and it's a hard pathway. It's really hard, and somebody can tell you about that. It's traveling pools because, of course, his wife had to go through it.
But amazingly, she's been here legally the whole time. Amazingly, it's so hard. Yet she's been here legally the whole time, but it's so hard to do it legally. So I call bullshit. Yes, I know it may not be easy, but I don't think it should be easy to get in our country. Or what are you going to do when you get here? I think it should be somewhat of a struggle to get here. I think it's like anything, you should have to work for it. So I don't think that it should be easy to get in here.
In 2016, Bernie Sanders understood this. He said that you can't have a welfare state and have open borders. He was against keeping the borders open because he wants a welfare state. And that's all I'll say. Sorry, whoever was going to talk.
Well, getting back to your point, yes, there is a very real war on the middle class. If you'll look at how our financial structure is set up, where people are constantly in debt or going into debt, where the price of things are, quadrupled in a lot of places, automobiles, there's no excuse for a vehicle being over $100,000 just to buy a pickup truck or buy a car, an SUV, or a home, right? If you'll think about it, what does a nation prosper if everybody is suddenly content? They're not paying in any of the debt, all of their boats, their houses, planes, whatever you got. If every bit of it is paid off, right? Then how is it circulating money back into these debtors and loan sharks and a lot of these greedy people? So yeah, there's a very real war on the thought of being a content middle class person, middle of the roader. They want you either rich or poor in this country because that's easier to control you. Look at what they're doing to your homes right now, making everything a smart device. What do people think that's going to be?
Oh, I mean, your cell phone's already surveillance you're walking around with.
Yeah.
Oh, constantly.
Of course.
But yeah, back to
Go ahead.
Hey, I'll be right back, Gutter.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just Puddletown was asking, we can all say what we want, but the question is, what are we going to do? I mean, my intention is to get involved. I'm thinking of leaving the area I live in and moving a little further north to Pennsylvania. If I do that, my intention is to get involved in some, politics and community up there. If I end up staying here, my goal is to get involved in, some local politics between now and not like necessarily running or anything, but, involved in the process between now and the next time I go. Or not next time I go, next election cycle. Because you can't just sit here and bitch on the internet. There's some real truth to that. And voting is great, but, building things is important.
Yeah, well, and I think that we need a little of everything. We need people watching to see how all the voting is going because that's never going to stop. So we need to have more focus on that. And I can tell you that I didn't become interested in politics nearly soon enough. And so I worry that, the younger generation isn't either. I mean, and what worries me the most is it's usually those kids in college that do take an interest in politics, where the ones that aren't in college are kind of like, yeah, they don't give a shit. And so I think that is a big problem because those are a lot of the Republican voting people that don't know what's going on, I believe. So I hate to say it, but it is true. I mean, I don't think college is the almighty cure-all anyway. So for me,
most of those kids in those colleges are not learning about anything. They're just being indoctrinated, to be honest.
Yeah, that's obvious by just watching a little bit of what's his name?
Stephen Crowder.
Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what Paul Town just said. They've been doing it for a long time, and now it needs to change. So, look, that's why I keep coming back to, my hope from the Trump admin is it's not just a, repeat of Trump. Look, he's got 18 months or whatever to run with it. Put in some systems that can really change things for the better.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just hope he stays strong on some issues because I do worry that, like this whole thing with the AI and how, they're just running wild with it. Now you got Elon in the middle of the whole government. And I do like the idea that he's going to go through and straighten out a budget because I'm telling you what, I do think we're going to get some slim pickings. I think all those government agencies are going to learn what slimming down really means. And I think that is fabulous. But I do worry about some of his ideas and where that may take Trump. I mean, come on, he's already got robot dogs.
If you think about it, if you like going back to what I was saying a while ago, if you think about it, in an economy where people are constantly trying to make more money for doing the least little bit off someone else, if you had a nation full of people that suddenly become satisfied and weren't going out and buying anything else, you're costing a lot of people a lot of money in the long run. That's why they're in my opinion, that's why they're warring on the middle class. They don't want you content. They don't want the products you consume to be, to last 15, 20, 30 years like they used to. They want you constantly buying something new, going into debt, going into further debt, further and further, paying interest that's ridiculously too high and almost never paying it off in your lifetime. That's what they want. They want you constantly on the hook, paying them in one way, shape, form, or another. And once you become indebted and are enslaved to what they're doing to you, they've got you. They've got you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't need a brand new car. You don't need a brand new house. You don't need brand new anything. If you can survive with the older stuff, I would suggest do that. But again, we have people they want shiny things. So
well, that's how we've been trained. We've been trained to,
Yep.
not look at just to be so materialistic about everything.
Yeah.
Well,
But
and
that's just people are
again, it's that
better.
path of least resistance. So we're still all about that. It's like, let's go down the hill, not up the hill. Let's, you're always going to I mean, how many people want to stand up against shit? So if you can go with the path of least resistance, that's the way you're going to go. And I think nowadays think we got to quit being so damn laid back as conservatives. I think we got to stop doing that. And I think, you know what? This election showed what we can do by not being laid back, by standing up and saying, no, God damn it, get out there and vote. And, realize what you have. And don't be so silent either. You can say your feelings.
Well, so that's what I was going to get at.
What you believe.
I think, and I'm not going to, we don't have to go down this tangent, but that topic that I find interesting, but I avoid talking about it other than on the internet and anonymously, because I am so afraid of, considering the profession I work in, having pushback or issues because I don't agree with the orthodoxy on trans issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I am still kind of nervous about talking about it because I live in such a blue area. I don't feel comfortable talking to people in real life about it, even if, I've had some people that I've talked to about it that haven't had, unreasonable responses. Because systemically and organizationally in these healthcare fields, it's still like running around like crazy in the US as being like all this wonderful good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, Marv goes through that being quiet, having to be careful about what he says and filter it and not, because where he works, I'm telling you, it's all about it. And it makes it really difficult for him because he's been someone that he's not like me and totally boisterous, but he didn't mind speaking his mind. And, now I'll say, well, what do you think? And he's like, well, and he'll try to filter it. And I'm like, fuck that. Just tell me what you think, honey. It's fine. And, then it almost kicks in like, oh, yeah, I don't have to filter it. I can just tell you what I think. Because, when you're around that shit all the time, you start to live it daily. You can't help but stay in that mode when you do come away from where you don't have to filter yourself. And it's made it really, really difficult. I know my kids deal with the same thing. I don't have to anymore because I don't have to work outside the house. Thank God. Thank you, Marvin. But when I did, let's just say I got in trouble a lot. And it was because I said what I thought. I got in trouble a lot when Obama was in office. All the time because I told them what I thought. I told them when I thought they were just being a bunch of whiners and they were, it was always about the race card and this, that, and the other. I was like, this bullshit. Knock that shit off. I grew up on a reservation. Hell, the Indians didn't even use color that much. Knock it off. Used
Let
to
me
just
tell
make
you,
me so mad.
Racism is a political term coined by a man named Leon Trotsky from Russia. It's a Russian political strategy to divide and conquer. There really is no such thing as racism. There really isn't. Now I know some people that's like, dude, Outlaw, you sound fucking crazy as shit. I'm being dead ass serious.
No, listen, you're right. There's just hate. People hate other people. You never know why. I've been going through it at work. It was a pretty crappy day today because I have some coworker that I don't know what her problem is, but from day one she's had an issue with me and projects her problems onto me. Pretty much.
Oh God.
Whatever.
Those are the worst.
You need to go there. Whatever. It's somebody who, like, you know, I cut MGTOW off. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, brother. You're fine.
It's somebody who, like, has no work ethic. Their position has gone to their head, and they're a nurse, and I'm a provider, and I constantly run into issues with, like, the way that they talk to me and things. And then a meeting happened today, and I ain't gonna lie, I lost my shit.
Oh.
Yeah. So hopefully I don't have to pay for it too much, but I'm kind of like, I've been beating myself up all afternoon and evening because I'm just like ticked off at myself for losing it at this woman.
Racism has been used to bludgeon people like a weapon. It's been used to push you into a certain position of acceptance, of tolerance, because it works, because people don't argue with it. You don't want to lose, you know, your job or your family, your girlfriend, boy, whatever, you know, because, oh, you don't want to be deemed a racist. It's common fucking sense that people don't hate one another over the color of skin. That's the dumbest fucking reason to hate somebody, is because their skin color is slightly different than yours. When you really sit down, when you actually sit down and listen to a person talk about what they don't like in other people, skin color never comes up. What comes up is attitude, the way they treat other people, their belief systems, right? The work ethic, lack thereof, whatever you want to name, anything else and everything else but skin color. You know, stereotypes of all races exist for a reason. Stereotyping is not racist. It's not racist. If you see people out here robbing the store, they happen to be a certain color, or they're getting shot up or whatever, that is not racist to point that out. That's just what you're seeing in reality.
Pattern recognition is a very deeply ingrained survival tool from when we were like primates.
Yes, exactly. You know, when you point the crime statistics out to people, when you point out this, that, you know, all they want to do is scream racism, because that's indoctrinated. That is, you know, propaganda and psychological manipulation warfare that has been placed in their lives by someone influential above them, because they themselves were taught, and they're passing that hatred and bigotry down to you. Think about how many generations of mothers and fathers passed that hatred of other people because of their skin color, simply because they were taught that. They wanted you to believe that, right? That's bigotry. That is hatred.
On a good note about that whole thing, did we all see who won? The Candace Owens had brought it up. Miss America pageant. She's a white chick with blonde hair, blue eyes, and that has not happened since 2004.
I'm sorry. I thought that it was in the rules now. It had to be
I know,
a disabled person of color.
I know. I was so surprised. It blew me away. I mean, I'm just waiting for the whole race thing to come up about. You know, it's going to. You know, it's going to.
I don't. Got other more important things to worry about. My own race issue. No, I'm just kidding. But I do suspect that part of my issue I run into with people in my work, and maybe I'm just so like broken by all this race crap, but I do think a lot of times I run into it with these people because I'm like the only white dude in the whole office, and it's all these like black women running around getting on being all ghetto and shit.
Yeah. And the thing about it is I had tons of friends in almost all of my jobs that almost none of them were white. Almost all of them were either Filipino or some type of Mexican. Um, and it was surprising to me how when the tables kind of started to turn with the whole Obama bullshit, that's when I seen a huge difference. And I mean, by the end of Obama, I was working with nothing but Filipinos in that entire. I mean, there was like maybe 10 people that were Mexicans, and all the rest were Filipinos. I'm not kidding.
Oh, man.
The director of nursing was a Filipino, and she hired everybody that came into the States that she knew that was Filipino and a nurse or, a CNA or whatever the case may be, where they could fill a position there. I mean, all of them. But I have to say that you want to talk about those were some hardworking people. They worked circles around me on a regular basis. They blew me away. But there also was the part where there was a lot of like they had each other's backs. So, are you leaving?
Yeah, it's my time. I gotta get going.
All right. Well, go walk your dog.
I am. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
But I'll listen to you guys chit chat.
Okay. Thanks for coming
Y'all
on.
take care. Have a good night.
All right.
All right,
You
man.
too. Thanks, Harvey.
Mhm.
Good night. So yeah, they were. But if they, like I said, if they had a something that came up, I'm telling you what, you didn't have a chance in hell winning because man, they
Oh,
they had each other's backs, and that's all there was to it. But I'll tell you, they were some of the hardest working people I worked with. You're moving there, yeah? She's Filipino. Your fiance's Filipino. You're gonna after I'm president. You think? That's funny. Yeah,
oh,
hard working people, I have to say. But
yeah.
and little tiny things, they could pick people 3 times their size up, like no problem. So, anyways, I know we got kind of off track there, but it always usually does. Arby, thank you for coming up, honey.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy, but I definitely think that we are. I think I really hope that things can get cleaned up quickly when he gets into office. Because
Yeah.
I think we've been through enough. We need a break.
I believe that. Yep.
Yeah. You're 6'2" and she's fun size. Yeah, she's like 5 foot, and her waist is like this. And
Hmm.
I'm not. I'm 5'2", and I'm not big at all. And so, but when I would work around Filipinos, I felt like a giant. Always felt like a giant. Yeah, don't worry, be happy. I should go get me wine.
Uh-oh.
I think it's wine time. You've only been on for an hour and 20 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Don't, it's okay. I mean, as long as I don't get too sloshed, right? Are you scared?
No.
Okay, you just have to make sure I don't go too out of whack, okay? Let me go grab my wine bottle. Well, I'll grab some wine. I'll leave the bottle in the fridge, though.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, hold, please. Ow. Just took my earplug with me.
Oh man. Yeah, I do. I hope we can uh, at least see some sort of a change in the right direction the next 4 years. I mean, uh, hopefully Trump can bring back, some money into this country, or at least try to bring some factories. Oh shit, factories or some jobs back to the country. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I heard about that, Leah. The carrot recalls. What was the reason for it? They had some sort of a something wrong with them. I slept for an entire week. I have only been awake for like 8 hours the whole past week. Oh shit! Good lord.
Okay.
It can't get worse. Elon just landed a rocket in India Ocean. Let's party.
Oh shit. Shit. Dude, did I see where he was landing one and taking one off at the same time? Or was that like somebody just messed with video or something?
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember.
Okay, what did I miss here?
E. coli. Yeah.
Ew. Oh, really? Who?
She
Where?
said there was a. She said that Leah Sugar Bridges said there was a recall on carrots.
Oh, no worries. I don't like carrots. You just woke
You
up
and
an
me
hour
both.
ago and drinking coffee. Holy cow!
You and me both. I ain't never liked carrots. I
I
can't
have
stand.
never. They
Ugh.
taste. They have like a dirt taste to me. Same mushrooms.
Mm,
I don't like mushrooms either. They got a dirt taste to me.
yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
I would love to go hunt mushrooms, like because I'm always hiking and stuff. Well, I used
Yeah.
to always be hiking, um, and so I kind of can't wait to get out there and I want to start. My son's been finding them, and he actually cooked some. He went through like 4 people to make sure they were okay, and finally he come to the conclusion that they were fine. He'd be okay, and he could eat them. And him and his wife ate them. They were fine. He said they were
Hmm.
really good. So I was impressed. Did anyone hear about the organic? No, yeah, that's what you just said. Oh, Kroger brand too, huh?
Yeah. Walmart, Kroger brand.
Holy cow, Arctic. That's definitely sick if you slept for an entire week. Damn.
Good lord.
I'm surprised you don't have bed sores. Pressure
Mm.
sores or something. Oh my gosh. Um, I'm just whizzing through all these comments here. I know. Gigi, Miss Carrot Cake doesn't like carrot. No, but
I
I'll
was
eat
thinking.
carrot cake.
I was
I mean,
thinking
I'll
the
eat
same
real
thing.
carrot cake. I
I was
can't believe
thinking
you
the
didn't
same
say
thing.
anything.
I was like, what? No. You? No.
Yeah, I definitely don't eat them raw, and I really don't care for them cooked. I mean, I always put them in like if I make a stew or something, but 9 times out of
Yeah.
10, I'm flicking them aside and I don't eat them.
Yeah, I like them baked or steamed with a little bit of butter. Other than
Yeah.
that, I'm not really a fan.
If
Yeah.
you, I guess if I coated him in like brown sugar and all that shit, then yeah, I'd
Mm.
probably eat them.
Mm-hmm.
You're an expert, a mushroom expert hunter. I used to hunt mushrooms all the time. Oh, puffball mushrooms, really?
Hmm.
I thought those were like poisonous or something. Ew, and they're nothing but like a sheath, though, aren't they? Like, I always felt like when you stomped on them, they were just like a thin sheath, and the inside was, the whatever that when you step on it, it goes poof.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I've accidentally ran those over before, and they release like a dusty spore type shit in the air.
I'm
Scared
addicted
the
to
fuck out
them.
of me too. I didn't know what the fuck it was.
I went on a
Nasty.
mushroom trip a few months ago. What an awesome experience. So, Rooster, I've never have had any success and have tried many, many times, and they just don't. They just never have. I guess I think the problem is I always look for like pink elephants on parade and shit, and it doesn't happen. So then I'm like, well, that didn't work. Okay, she's addicted to the little tomatoes. Those are good. Those little tiny ones. Mm.
Oh, what's her name? Kaylin Dunn. Yeah, you talking about the little cherry tomatoes?
Yeah, the
Little
little
tiny.
tiny ones. Yeah, and they've got them in multicolors, but usually that means they've done something to the seeds. So I just
Yeah,
try to stick with, you know, normal red ones. But
as organic as you. Yeah.
yeah, see, you'd have to eat 3 grams of something that tastes like fucking dirty feet, and I can't. Ugh, I can't.
Ugh,
I just can't.
ugh,
Yeah, exactly. Ugh.
mm-mm.
Oh, so and the puffballs, you have to eat them when they're young before they turn into spores. I see. So normally, so does that mean that dust stuff in there is actually the meat or whatever that you would normally eat, and then it turns to dust? That must be what the
Yeah,
deal
I
is.
have no idea.
Now I'm really curious. Now you got me wondering, Arctic. I'm gonna have to go check that shit out.
They opened up portals. I felt great for a few days after. It was just in a dream. Oh my god.
So I don't know. One time we went to this. It's the country. What was it called? The county. Was it called the county? I don't know. It's in Eugene, Oregon, and it's where all the hippies go, and it's a big thing. I mean, like this whole field is like turned into a maze, and it is just. It's quite the party.
Yeah.
And one of our friends had a really bad episode, and I don't know what it was, but he was up all night. I mean, we were sleeping in our van, and he was in a tent, and about every 3 seconds, you'd hear his girlfriend go, "Just get the fuck out of the tent." Because she said he wouldn't just turning over. Like he'd go from one end of the tent to the other end of the tent, and then
Oh
into the
god.
tent to the other, and then sideways, and then back. And then she said, I just finally kicked his ass out. And so he went and fucking walked around for hours. I have no idea we don't know where he was, what he was doing. He was messed up. He finally did find his way back to our camp. I don't know how, but because I'm telling you, it was a cluster to just get in and out of there. But oh my God. That was quite a trip. So much fun though. Oh my gosh, the crazy shit we've seen. That's the first time I ever seen anybody on acid and they're freaking out. Like I was always scared to do any, so I never would. But we walked by this dude and he is just flailing on the base rock. I mean, because we're in this field, and so they've basically made this road and they've just laid down all this hardcore rock and just it's been drove over a billion times, and so it's just super hard. And he was just flailing, foam's coming out his mouth, and there's a cop up on this horse, and she's just looking down at him, and I'm like, "Are you gonna do anything?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll call somebody." She gets her radio out and starts babbling shit. And I mean, I don't know what happened with them. That was just it was too weird. Tomatoes come in a variety of color based on the ancestry. Oh, that's good to know, Mishka. Thank you, honey. See, she keeps me in line because I'll get way off and think that. See, I thought I was only supposed to eat the red ones and all the others, like there was something up with them. Kaylin said the 2 times she did them, no bueno. First time, I don't remember. I was like 15. Oh, damn. Second, a bunch of HA bikers showed up and a woman there got scary. She was kicked out. Oh. You're taking those again? Yeah, no. I'm not. I don't do none. I'm, yeah. As strong as I'm going is sativa. Let's just say it. I'm too paranoid. It's just not even. If I was, a true 25 again, hell yeah, I'd do it. My kid in my candy store was trying to tell me today that he goes, "Well, I thought you were 25." And I said, "Well, I can't say." I said it was 29, but I can't say that no more because too many people laughed at me. He said, "Well, when you're at 39," I said, "No, not yet, but I'm changing it before they start laughing at me because I know they're gonna."
Yeah, I still can't believe that I'm the youngest over here out of everybody. I can't get over that.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Holy shit, you're a fucking baby.
Uh-oh.
I got a daughter older than you. I'm kidding. She's born in 87.
Yep, 88. That's when I was born.
She was born 11/11/87. Veterans Day.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I was the 20th of October of 88.
My grandma was the 28th.
Nice.
Oh, yes. Fun. But I'm still 39. I don't give a shit. You kids can get all as old as you want. I'm still 30. I'm still 39 until I'm not no more. And then I'm going to 69. So that way I just skip over and y'all can just look at me and go, "Damn, you are fine looking for 69. Go, yeah. It's the only way I know how to fix it. Hey, G2K, how are ya?
G2K, good to see you, brother.
Yeah, I kind of can't wait to get out and start hiking again and find the mushrooms. Is this time of year you find them in Oregon? Must be, because my son just found them the other day. They don't last long, do they?
I am not sure.
I don't think so. Arctic, you tell us. He's our mushroom guru. They last like 4 hours. Oh, yeah, no. I identify as 29, right? I identify as 29. Right. I don't know that we're going to be able to say that for the next 4 years, though, because I think things are going to go back to, kind of normal again, and we can't use those excuses.
Yeah, hopefully. I do. I
Oh
hope that we
gosh.
do get back to
Please
normal.
let it go back to normal. Yet big laughing gems are a type of magic mushrooms different than the common kinds. Yeah. But Arctic, like right now is the time of year to look for mushrooms, right? Or is it too wet? Like here in Oregon, you think it's too wet to find them now? Who's from Oregon? Somebody's from Oregon. Rooster, is it you? I think it might be. I don't remember. I just seen somebody in here that was talking about Oregon. No, you're in Cali. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get me a mushroom book. Sean said I can get like an app. He said, but they wanted like $4 a month for the app, so he just used it while he was out hiking that day, and then took it off so that he didn't get charged for it. Sister lives in your sister lives in Oregon. I almost said your sister lives in Sister. Sorry, there's a sister. Oh, there are different kinds of mushrooms that grow in different seasons. There are certain kinds growing right now. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. Right, LW? Late fall mushrooms. I'll have to go look. Now you got me on a mission. That'll get me out hiking too. And then I'll just do a video with you for you guys showing you where I found my mushrooms. Do you have family all over Oregon? Get to know? I'm sorry. Do you know I'm not going to shroom, I swear, Rooster. I will not dig him out of cow shit, I promise. Yeah.
That would just
Like,
be weird.
Like I said, I tried quite a few times and just could never. I think it's because I expected too much. Like, the first time I really did expect, to see like shit would get wobbly or something, and nothing really seemed to. And I was like, what the fuck? And everybody's like, you're counting on it too much. You're expecting too much. I'm like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to expect? Help me. I don't know. So I finally, I don't know. I probably tried, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. I did. Right here. See?
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
I was going to get the big wine glass, but then it gets warm too quick. Marv keeps trying to get me talked into drinking red wine, but every time he gets one, I'm just like, that's gross. That's gross. That's gross. It's got to be sweet or I don't like it.
Yeah. Can't really say I've ever drank, to be honest, any wine.
Yeah, I have to have it. It's got to be sweet. Can't do the nasties. Okay, well, beans we're not clipping. Let's see if I can try to do this. Just so that when Rick drinks red wine, I notice his lips and teeth stain a little red. Doesn't that mean he ain't washing his teeth, brushing his teeth very good? Nah, I'm just joking. Give me a quarter of fun fungus, and you will see the most lovable, kind, and funny human ever. I'm not gonna get onto how they're grown, but it isn't cow shit. They taste like cow shit, though. You're telling me, man. Blech. They're not. I thought they were grown and shit. Why aren't you going to tell me? Is it a secret? Miomi is a good wine. Ooh. Is it sweet, honey? The fresh ones taste like a normal mushroom. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had them fresh. They've always been in a bag and slimy and gross. Bleh. Just fucking make you gag. Me, oh me. for wine. It's sweet though. Is that what you said, Kaylin? What else did I see? Yeah, you like sweet wine better than dry. Yeah, I can't do the dry wine. It just gags me. But I'm also not a big beer drinker. I mean, stuff has to taste good. And to me, beer just doesn't taste good. Don't do slimming toadstools. Don't do slimy icy. I am
Okay.
drinking again. Cat, get your ass up here. What are you doing? Trying to be all fucking secretive and hiding in the bushes like fucking Joe Biden. Get up here, Cat. She's hiding. What'd she just say? I need an intervention. Suck my ass. Get up here. No, not me. Just a solid glass. Get up here.
Ooh.
You hooker. Okay, no, GG. Magic mushrooms go in well fertilized grass fields. Right. Like with cow shit, right? But Liberty caps are small brown mushrooms. Well, okay. Tell me what mushroom grows in cow shit then. Am I wrong?
Oh God, I have no clue, to be honest with you. Good question.
Rooster, I know if you find one, you need to tell me because if it'll taste like grape juice, oh hell yeah, I'll be on it. Oh, look who came to town.
I was
What's
passing by Oregon. I thought I'd stop in.
And lurker.
What's going on?
Hey,
She's
Outlaw, how you
over there
doing?
looking in the
Not bad.
window.
No,
You were too, you creeper.
Creeper, I just popped on your channel. I said, that bitch got a glass in her hand. I think she's got a drinking problem. She needs an intervention.
Got a drinking problem. She's always on my mind. That's a song.
I know. I know. I'm
Moscato
just
wine
kidding.
is sweet. Yes, I love Moscato.
I know you do.
But
I'm
it
just
kind of
busting your chops. I'm busting your choppies.
So how are you?
I'm great.
How long have you been watching?
2 seconds. I literally turned it on, and there you are with a glass of wine in your hand. I said, she told me she don't really drink that much. This is the third week in a row.
It
I see
is.
that glass in him.
You know what? I put 2 bottles of my kind of wine in the recycling bin last week, and I told Marvin maybe there's a problem there. He's like, fuck, you're fine.
Yeah. Hey, as long as you're enjoying yourself, that's all that matters.
Some people grow weed and poop. No, mushrooms.
Oh,
They don't grow in cow manure. That's disgusting. God damn it, you
they
guys.
grow mushrooms?
I know that I'm not like just making this shit up. What kinda? Oh, I better not put kinda. Kind of mushrooms grow in cow shit poop.
Is this what we're down to? Is this the topic?
Right there. Also known as the dung loving fungi.
Sounds like it would be good and still.
But does it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, watch.
I can't see chat.
You mushroom experts. Let me show you. Hold, please.
Oh, please.
Here we go. Look at this. I
God,
wasn't
you're going to show it?
You guys made me think I was wrong. Okay. What's this right here? This one. Right. Come on, bitch. There. See? And that's the kind of mushroom, too. That's the kind that makes you goofy, right? right?
Grows naturally in tropical and subtropical conditions, often near cattle. Due to the ideal conditions they provide for growth of the fungus, the cow usually consumes grains and grass covered with spores of
Oh, it doesn't
Physalimon,
say it grows in the shit though.
and the
Okay.
fungus will begin to germinate
Within
within the
the
drum.
dung.
Mm.
See? I wasn't lying. Where'd you go, cat? Come back. She just disappeared. It's a grain that they grow from not shit. That's not what that says.
I don't know. I tried to blow it up so I could even see it, and I knocked myself off.
Grows naturally in tropical and subtropical conditions.
Hmm.
Yes, you said well fertilized fields. See, it grows in shit.
Ugh.
I was right. You're wrong, and you're really, really sorry. It's okay. I'm just glad I got
Who would smoke
right.
that or swallow it or whatever the freak you do with it?
That's what she said. Don't smoke it.
I mean, seriously, that shit's
Don't
growing in
swallow
fungus.
I would be yelling, right?
Ugh. Ugh.
Okay. So now that we've had our mushroom education, let's go. I wanted to go check out Ricky Bob's video here because I wanted everybody to hear, since he's the only guy on YouTube that won't copyright me. But how they explained, I wanted it explained better than what I could find anywhere. So these guys explained it well. Come on, you fucking computer. Hey, what do you guys think of my legs down here? See?
Well, you know I'm a leg man, so
What?
Outlaw's digging them.
See? Aren't they cool? Look at them all stuck up there.
You just show everything. Carrot cake, legs.
like I said, I'm a leg man. That's up my alley.
I got you, Outlaw. I got you.
LW, what do you mean you're sick? What, are you pregnant or what'd you do?
Ain't no
Why are you
telling.
sick? What's wrong with you?
Maybe he just doesn't feel good and he wants to go to bed.
He said he's super sick.
Oh. Sorry to
get
hear that,
better.
LW.
I hope you feel better. But that's the last excuse you got in your little book of excuses. I just want you to know. Okay, LW? Oh my God, I gotta get this thing to shut up. Sorry, you're gonna have to listen to Juan from Blanco Lirio or whatever his name is.
Sounds like the wine you're drinking.
Well,
Blanco Lirio.
Blanco Lirio. Okay, here it is. Let me see if I can get this to come up here. Tell me if it's lagging.
This says a lot about what our media hides from us and what's really going on in Ukraine. Sorry. This is not.
Okay, wait. Shh. I'll tell you when you can speak, damn it. Okay, there we go.
This is not an attack by Putin on Ukraine in the way that we are told every day. This started in 1990, February 9th, 1990. James Baker III, our Secretary of State, said to Mikhail Gorbachev, NATO will not move 1 inch eastward if you agree to German unification, basically ending World War II. And Gorbachev said that's very important. Yes, NATO doesn't move, and we agreed to German unification. The U.S. then cheated on this, already starting in 1994, when Clinton signed off on a basically planned to expand NATO all the way to Ukraine. This is when the so-called neocons took power, and Clinton was the first agent of this. And the expansion of NATO started in 1999 with Poland, Hungary, and Czech Republic. At that point, Russia didn't much care. There was no border other than with the Königsberg, but other than that, there was no direct threat. Then the U.S. led the bombing of Serbia in 1999. That was bad, by the way, because that was a use of NATO to bomb a European capital, Belgrade, 78 straight days to break the country apart. The Russians didn't like that very much. But Putin became president. They swallowed it. They complained. But even Putin started out pro-European, pro-American, actually asked maybe we should join NATO when there was still the idea of some kind of mutually respectful relationship. Then 9/11 came. Then came Afghanistan. And the Russians said, yeah, we'll support you. We understand, to root out terror. But then came two other decisive actions. In 2002, the United States unilaterally walked out of the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty. This was probably the most decisive event, never discussed in this context. But what it did was trigger the U.S. putting in missile systems in Eastern Europe that Russia views as a dire, direct threat. In 2004-05, we engaged in a soft regime change operation in Ukraine. But in 2009, Yanukovych won the election and he became president in 2010 on the basis of neutrality for Ukraine. That calmed things down because the U.S. was pushing NATO, but the people of Ukraine on the opinion polls didn't even want to be in NATO. They knew that the country is divided between ethnic Ukrainian and ethnic Russian. What do we want with this? We want to stay away from your problems. So in February 22nd, 2014, the United States participated actively in the overthrow of Yanukovych. A typical U.S. regime change operation, have no doubt about it. And the Russians did us a favor. They intercepted a really ugly call between Victoria Nuland, my colleague at Columbia University now, between her and the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, Jeffrey Piot, who's a senior State Department official till today. And they talked about regime change. They said, who's going to be the next government? All of this is to say, the U.S. then said, okay, now NATO's really going to enlarge. And Putin kept saying, stop. You promised no NATO enlargement. It's been, by the way, I forgot to mention, in 2004, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Bulgaria, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, 7 more countries in the not 1 inch eastward. And then, okay, it's a long story, but the U.S. kept rejecting the basic idea, don't expand NATO to Russia's border in a context where we're putting in goddamn missile systems after breaking a treaty. 2019, we walked out of the Intermediate Nuclear Force Treaty. On December 15th, 2021, Putin put on the table a draft Russia-U.S. security agreement. You can find it online. The basis of it is no NATO enlargement. I called the White House that next week after that, begging them, take the negotiations. Putin's offered something, avoid this war. Oh, Jeff, there's not going to be a war. Announce that NATO's not going to enlarge. Oh, don't worry, NATO's not going to enlarge. I said, oh, you're going to have a war over something that's not going to happen? Why don't you announce it? And he said, no, our policy is an open door. This is Jake Sullivan. Our policy is an open door policy. Open door for NATO enlargement. That is under the category of bullshit, by the way. You don't have your right to put your military bases anywhere you want and expect peace in this world. They turned down the negotiations. Then the special military operation started. And 5 days later, Zelensky says, okay, neutrality. And then the United States and Britain said, no way. You guys fight on. We got your back. We don't have your front. You're all going to die. But we got your back as we kept pushing them into the front lines. That's 600,000 deaths now of Ukrainians since Boris Johnson flew to Kyiv to tell them to be brave.
Oh, Ross Outlaw.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. He said he's out of here.
No, he probably fell off.
Huh. So that video made it a hell of a lot easier for me to, I mean, at least I was able to touch on, and have a clue as to what was going on. That guy made it a little bit easier for me to understand stuff. He actually gave dates and
times and who was the president at the time, and
specifics, because otherwise we get off on these things where we're saying, well, this country came at us and that country. No. Okay, let's just stop. I just need to know about the two specifics right now. So all the other things I understand, they may come into play, but first, what's the deal with this? And obviously there was, it was, that all what he said was all pretty much substantial information that, does make a difference in why things are the way they are versus, me being clueless. I didn't understand. I just thought, they were, again, countries fighting over land. And, when really there's way more to it than just that.
yeah.
A lot
Well,
more.
do you feel that Trump is going to step in before he becomes president and talk to Putin and Zelensky?
From what I heard, he is. From what he said. So I sure as hell hope so.
Yeah.
We need him to. I mean, at this rate, because I think Biden and whatever, the Biden regime, whatever the hell you want to call it, is pushing for a war to make things just that much more difficult for Trump. Like, they just don't give a shit. We've seen that in the last 4 years. They've, as far as I'm concerned, deliberately tried to tear down our country. So, I mean, that should be, punishable by the utmost punishment, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it should be to the death. You don't get it. You don't get to stick a country in this situation and not have the death penalty hanging over your head. I think that for all those people that were involved in this and have done, tore down our country for the last 4 years, I think they should be held accountable. GG side topic, West Coast getting ready to be hot with Hurricane Cali, Oregon, Washington State's nasty weather is coming. Well, I don't know if it's a hurricane, but they're calling it the atmospheric river again. Have they called it a hurricane? Because that would be quite phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost,
my kids.
We're past mid-November, like.
Well, we've never had a hurricane, ever.
Oh, okay. Good luck. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah, we've never had one. Wouldn't have a clue. I'm pretty sure there's not been one over here on this side of the United States.
Is it more like a tropical cyclone?
I think they did call it something else. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely nuts. Watch Ryan Hall, y'all, today, and he called it a hurricane first time. Let's see. Oregon. Let's just go with Oregon weather.
When is it supposed to hit? The end of the week?
I thought right through the middle here. It's not showing anything outrageous, but oh, a bomb cycle. What makes a bomb cycle? They're calling it. Let's see what KGW has to say.
Okay.
Did they give us a video? Or are they just giving us a story? My hair won't quit fucking flying all over. It's driving me nuts. It's taking forever to load. I have nothing else open but except for StreamYard. And it acts like it's loading a fucking set of encyclopedias or something.
Showing on how local Ford dealerships.
Okay, let's see what they have to say here. Share screen.
So where is it going to hit? The whole entire West Coast?
I don't know. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, you cunt.
Oh my God. You've been using that word a lot lately.
Before you leave. I'm back. Okay. No. I don't want to allow you to give notifications. I just want the damn news.
There you go.
Okay. So we cover all that other shit. Come on. Fish. There.
Huh.
And the man and Matt Zafino.
Yeah.
Matt, today I was walking around to get a little
Now you can.
bit of yogurt outside. Cold and windy. It definitely winter. And now you're talking about clone.
The yogurt too. Well, came to about an hour. So yes, it was scary. And every time one of these rips up and it's a name, right? And granted, they are strong in the meteorological vocabulary for decades. So this is something new. Just, I don't know, 5 years ago, got off attention somewhere, and now it's all over the place. A bomb cyclone is when you have an area of low pressure, a storm, develop explosively. That's where the phrase bomb comes from that
explosive development, right? So what is that defined by? Well, it's defined by how much the core, the inner core of the pressure drops in a certain amount of time. So we use 24 hours, and it has to drop 24 millibars 24 hours. I know what you're thinking. What's a millibar?
That's a good thing.
I knew it. So a measure of pressure. You know, when you go up, you're there and roughly 38 psi square. Millibar is exactly just a different bit of.
Oh, hello everyone. Where did Gigi go? Where is everybody? I'm sorry I can't see chat to personally say hello, but hello to each and every one of you. Arctic, I hope you're doing well. Well, Gigi, I'll just sit up here and talk to the folks that I can't even see in chat because I'm on my phone. So I can't even read what y'all are saying to have a conversation. Can't believe she got knocked off her own show. Let's start with that. Ah, there she is. I'm up here talking to myself because I can't see chat.
Okay, well, I don't know. It's something. It's called a bomb whatever that said, cyclone. I don't know.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, well, I guess we'll see. I best pay attention though as it
Yeah.
gets closer. Yep,
Yeah.
like Rooster. Thank you, darling.
I wonder if it'd be like massive. I
Yes.
don't know what a massive amounts of rain at one time. Where it just shoosh.
Well,
And
we had
wind.
it just a few months ago. They called it the atmospheric river. Hey, Wanda. And it was, I mean, like it pummeled down. And I think they also called that, I don't know if it's their new word for, a downpour or whatever, but they also called that same thing right before Hurricane Helene.
Jeez.
Yeah, and they did say something about snow too. I was like, oh Jesus.
Gosh.
So done. I'm so done.
So being rain, heavy rain, wind, and then snow on top of that.
Yeah,
I mean, is it cold there?
Well, it's 46 right now, but you'd be amazed how quick it can drop.
Mm-hmm.
Cyclone, explosive. Yeah, give me a break. They want y'all to fear the weather and live in fear, right? And I'm definitely, I mean, we've been through, we lived in Idaho, and, we're the kids that, walk to school in 12 feet of snow uphill both ways. So it was, I mean, to us, this is nothing. The problem is you get a bunch of idiots out there that don't know how to drive, and then they, screw it up for the rest. So that don't help.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Well, you got to deal with the power out for a hot minute, and they want you to go clear out the supermarkets and get that old bread off the shelves and all the milk.
That's right. And take all that toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stupid as shit. Like
God forbid the power goes out for 20 minutes. You might go through 15 rolls of toilet paper in that 20 minutes.
Right. For some reason, I guess you're going to shit more.
Yeah.
Hey, right.
Hey, am I lagging? I want to know. Just let me know if I'm lagging.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good deal.
How are you, Joey?
I'm good. Sorry, I disappeared on you earlier, sir, GG. And I went out on you. I had to go over to Bruce Gas Boxing because he had Tim Witherspoon on with him tonight, and I wanted to see his thoughts on that Mike Tyson shenanigans we watched the other night. So
right on. Well, yeah. I mean, you should leave me to go see a Witherspoon. I mean, hello.
Yeah.
Even I know that name.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Tim Witherspoon, yeah, one of the great fighters of all time, in my opinion. And so I got to meet him over on Bruce Gas Boxing here a couple months ago. We talked and had questions and answers back and forth to each other. And so he was on there tonight, and I wanted to go over and see what he thought about that Mike Tyson fight, which was the biggest crock of crap. I mean, the fights before were great. They had some great fights. Them women, holy crap, them women beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah, they sure did. That was a fight.
I didn't
that
watch
Tyson
that
fight
part.
was that Tyson fight was crazy. Yeah, you wasn't on there with us. Me and LW and
I came on as soon as Whistle Tricker, the Jake and Tyson were gonna fight, so I was there for that, but I didn't get on for the girls, which Kat had told me you should go over there and watch that, the girls. Well,
oh yeah, Kat, you should have came on with us too. I didn't think who to invite. I invited a few people and that was it. But we went over and just watched it on a private stream together in the back room and just had a good time. But
yep.
Them women, man, they beat the hell out of each other. It was amazing. I loved it.
I don't know. Did the refs call that right? Do you feel between Katie and the other young lady from Puerto Rico?
I don't know. I mean, it's sort of like the first fight went to, just complete draws between them two. Hell, can't neither one of them knock each other out. And they're good friends. They're good friends, the two of them. So, but they beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah,
And
but
I thought it was an amazing fight.
well, they say that Katie, she fights like leading with her head, not her hands.
Right? Yeah.
So she has a habit of headbutting a lot.
Yeah,
But I
I
have
seen
to
that. I
say,
seen that too.
yeah, I mean that other girl's eye. I kept saying, "Call the fight, man. That eye is bad."
I don't know why. Rooster talking about that Netflix kept crashing too. I don't know why, but my Netflix never crashed. Not one time did it crash. At
Mine
all. I
was.
mean, and I look. I had some friends watching it with me and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and we absolutely did not crash at all. It was really good stream.
Wanda said
Mine would
hi.
spin for a minute and then it would come back, and then I'd fall behind, and then it would come back, and then it would finally catch up, and then it'd spin again. I'm like, what is this? Netflix, you got too many people watching this.
I
Yep.
think it's all in the name. You know, there's something great about the name Joey. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
I'm
think
just
it's
saying it.
I think it's funny that, before we had 5G, we didn't have nearly the problems that now we seem to have with supposed 5G. So it's always
Yeah.
surprising to me that
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Joey, they were saying today on the news that the other boxer that was fighting with Tyson, he had to meet the refs before the fight. And then, and if Tyson would have knocked him out in the first round, he would have went home with a small purse. But if he stood there and danced around for 8 rounds, he left with money.
yeah, each
well,
one
I don't know.
belonged.
Probably so. The thing about it is Tyson, he's 58 years old.
Uh-huh.
He's got an ulcer. He took a gut shot, a
Yeah.
gut shot in that
Mhm.
fight, and I
Mhm.
really got worried about him when he took that gut shot. I mean, I really did. I didn't mind him being hit on the head. I felt like he could take that, but them gut shots and them kidney punches and stuff at 58
Yeah.
years old. Look, I'm an old man too, and I don't want nobody to hit me in the kidneys, and I don't want no liver shots for sure. So.
But I mean, the muscles in Tyson's neck and his arms, god dang, I was like, ooh, upper body's looking really good.
Yeah, the
Middle
people
is
that
dropping
say
down. No.
And the people that say it was a fake fight, I don't think it was a fake fight because Tyson worked out way too hard. Look, he quit using all those mushrooms and all that pot and stuff for all those months and just sat there and
But they
worked
had
out.
they had a contract, a rules wrote up, and they showed the rules. And in the rules, it showed his contract showed that he was going to make if he took him out in the first or second round, he would make less each time. So if he took him out in the first round, he would make the least, and then if he took him out in the second round, he'd make a little bit more. But if he waited until the 8th round and it was by decision, then he would get the most amount. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, come on. At the very end, they stood there and damn near went like this before the bell even rang. They were both like, "Okay, we did our part. Let's go home now."
But that's the thing, but that's nothing unusual in a fight, really. They will.
I've always seen them fight to the end.
Well, I know that, but I've also known like Tyson fights back in the day. Hey, first round knockouts, they were worth a lot of money. And it's just like that. It's just how it is. They're worth a lot of money. You get a first round knockout.
But it wasn't this time, Joey. It was the opposite.
I know it was the opposite, but it wasn't Mike Tyson of 1980s and 90s either.
Right. But you could see after the third round, his legs were getting tired. They were like, if I felt like when he first came out, he was sliding on the floor. Second round, he was still sliding a little bit. Third round, you could see his legs slowing down. And then after that, I mean, I don't know. The man, listen, he's a boxer. He's been a boxer. He doesn't know anything but boxing. And to get that one more chance, even just to stand there, even if he lost, he still goes down as one of the greatest boxers out there. He was the youngest to hold the title, so.
Yeah, he already was. He wasn't going to lose that. There was nothing to lose.
Still a big money
grab.
grab.
Nothing to lose. Well, there was nothing to lose for Mike Tyson. He was going to get $20 million no matter what. So there was nothing to lose for him. Jake Paul had a lot to lose. If Jake Paul would have got knocked out by a 58-year-old man, Jake Paul would have been hurting. So his only alternative was to run around that ring and dance like he did and stay away from Tyson. Because if he'd have caught a hit, look, he took a hit in that first round.
Okay, this is him
took
at
a Tyson
practice. He looks really slow, doesn't he? Look at him. He didn't look like that not one round. Not one
he did not.
round did he look like that.
It's a little bit different sparring than it is boxing because in sparring, he knows what his sparring partner wants and what he's supposed to do. In boxing, though, he doesn't know how Jake Paul's going to react.
He's still way quicker on his feet. He's still way quicker on his feet. Way quicker. No, I'm telling you, man. Y'all are making excuses for him.
I'm not making excuses.
Oh, I'm not making excuses for him. Hell, he was a dumbass for getting in the ring. He's 58 years old. I mean, gee, many
Well, he
Christmas.
was a dumbass for getting in the ring. But I think it was totally rigged. I mean, they literally showed where he was going to get less if he knocked him out in the first round or the second round. So you can't say that it wasn't rigged. It was rigged. They literally rigged it. If you go to the 8th round and you do it by decision, you'll get the most amount of money. And what happened? I mean, and at the very end, fucking Paul literally stood, he's literally like this, and he goes, fucking just bows away. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well,
Who the fuck
I
does
think
that?
that was a respect thing.
Yeah, I don't fault Jake Paul for doing that. I mean, really, you're in the ring with the greatest boxer of all time. I have to have hats off to Jake Paul for being able to pull that together and get in the ring with him, because this is the greatest fighter of all time. This is a man that has 22 first round knockouts, and you got to realize a round don't last but a few minutes, and you're knocking somebody out in that amount of time. Yeah, Tyson was a fury back in his day. 44 of his 50 wins are by knockouts. So you're in the ring with him. So hats off to Jake Paul for getting in the ring with him, but at the same time, I do appreciate that Jake Paul did show respect to Mike Tyson, because I really believe he could have probably knocked Mike Tyson out if he wanted to, or hurt him. I don't know if he'd have knocked him out, but you know what? He could have done more damage than he did. So I have to have a little bit of respect for him for that, and I think that played a big part in what we saw. I don't think Mike Tyson was up to snuff that night. He disclosed he had a knee problem, and maybe he did, which comes from his power. He puts pressure on that knee when he sinks and punches. That's his power. And plus, you got to move around the ring when you're a boxer. So maybe that had something to do with it. But I think Jake Paul knew from the beginning of the fight, Mike Tyson wasn't fighting like he normally does. He wasn't attacking. The old Mike Tyson, when he got that punch on Jake Paul that first round, when he got that punch, the old Mike Tyson would have came in for the kill right there and just been over.
At best, it was a shitty sparring night. I'm telling you, it was. I didn't see anything that made me go, "Oh yeah, get him." I mean, if I'm gonna watch that shit, they better be getting down, or I don't want to watch.
It wasn't nothing but a glorified YouTube video for Jake Paul. It's really what it was. All honesty, if anybody watched Mr. Beast, I mean, Mr. Beast has some great, fantastic videos, and Mr. Beast is an amazing person and does a great job. But at the same time, it's all scripted. What he's doing, that he knows what he's doing.
But this is boxing, not WWF.
But there's preparation. It wasn't nothing but a spectacle, though. It was just a money thing. It was just hey. It was for everybody to watch and see. Hey, Mike Tyson getting back in the ring again, and he's going against the biggest YouTuber in creation. And so,
he's not. It's his brother that's more famous on YouTube than he is.
They're still both famous.
Yeah, they're
I mean, they still have more subscribers than any of us will ever have.
If I would have had to pay to go watch that, I would have came pissed. I would have left pissed off. I would have thought,
and I wouldn't have, because I would have known walking in what I was walking into. So I mean, I would have known that. I would have known.
I would have expected to see a good boxing match, and I would have seen something that was staged and rigged, and that would have pissed me off. So
Yeah,
and
I did get
you're,
to see
you're
a good
paying
boxing
big bucks
match.
for that.
I did get to see a good boxing match. I got to see them two women fight, and that was
Yeah,
kind of amazing.
I told Gutters up there. I said, "Girl, did you see them two girls, man? They were boxing like no joke."
Wow, that was really cool. That was really good. And you know what? The guys before the other
Mm-hmm.
fights before, they were all good. I watched it from 7 o'clock all the way to the end of the fight, and they started fighting at 7 o'clock. There was six or seven bouts there. They were all really good. They were really good fights. They were really worth watching. So
Well, I like the one between the guy from India and the guy from. He's American, but he says he's Mexican American. And when they gave it to the guy from India, I don't remember their names. That fight was pretty good.
yeah, I don't remember their names either. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember their names and stuff either in all them fights. But they were some good fights. I mean, I don't watch boxing anymore, and unfortunately, that's what they're trying to bring back is the boxing fans. Because I was a boxing fan back in the 80s and 90s. I was one of those boxing fans that was always there for Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman fights,
Uh-huh.
Tim Witherspoon, like I say when I was talking about Tim Witherspoon. All those fights, I was there. I was watching them fights. I was tuned in. I was buying them on pay-per-view or whatever it took to watch that fight.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays, boxing is nothing to me. I don't even pay any attention to it. And they're trying to bring us back, and I commend them for bringing in Mike Tyson one more time in the ring, and I commend Mike Tyson for getting in there and doing it. Even though it was fixed and it was a bunch of bullshit, it was just good to see Mike Tyson back up in the rings with boxing gloves on again.
Yeah, like I said, that's all he's ever known.
Right.
But he said at the end, his heart just ain't in it no more.
It's not. It wasn't in it after 2005. That's why he quit back then. His heart wasn't in it. His last fight in 2005, he pretty much threw in the towel. He just said, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into this anymore. I don't want to be this monster, this beast anymore. I want to
Yeah,
be.
but did that young guy, did he really say he wants to fight Connors next?
I don't know. I know there's been a lot of fighters call him out. I know there's some British fighter calling him out and stuff. Look, these guys don't. The thing about it is Jake Paul's not going to take that fight. Now he might take a fight with Tim Mayweather because that will bring in money. That will bring in the views. So a Tim Mayweather, Jake Paul fight now to follow up that Mike Tyson fight, that'd be the way to go. To be honest with you. Them other fighters, that British fighter that's calling him out, and these other fighters that are calling him out, that's nothing. You bring in people that are well known in boxing world, like a Mayweather or a Tyson or something. That's what brings in money, and that's what brings the views back. That's what Jake Paul says his goal is. And look, I commend him if it is. Jake Paul says his goal is to bring viewers back to boxing. Hey, he accomplished that the other night. They can't everybody deny that he did. He might accomplish it again.
This is what I wanted to say.
That's how them two girls were the other night. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
they that was crazy. Hey, Big Dog, I saw your comment. Thank you. Yeah, that was great. Those two women, though, Joey, I agree. I mean, that was like the fight of the fight. I was like, dang. Oh, that girl's getting that punch. Oh, my face hurt watching that girl's eye just get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. Anyway, Gutter, I just wanted to come back in with you for a little bit, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go to bed. But love you guys.
Love you too, Joey. You take good care.
Y'all have a great night.
Thanks for coming back up, hon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I really wish you could have saw those two girls because I know you would have been flipping out.
Y'all make sure you go check out Joey's channel. It's Chasing Alzheimer's. And sub him up and check out his stuff. He's basically vlogging his
journey.
disease. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and he doesn't make it. It's not like it's he doesn't do the whole boo-hoo, poor me, none of that shit. He just tells you exactly the things that he has noticed that he goes through regarding this disease. So I think it's really good because for one, it lets him get it out. But for the bigger reason even is it helps other people. People that will
Sure.
hit on those will
understand it a little better, or maybe have a reason
Mm-hmm.
to understand what's really going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just everybody go sub him up. Chasing Alzheimer's. In fact, let me grab his link and I will post it.
Did your company come today?
Nope. He changed his mind and is coming later in the week.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's son of a bitch and piece of shit there. We all need to be in shape for what's coming. Yes, I'm getting ready to get back out there and get hiking, even though it's not the time of the year really that I like to be hiking. I go and do it, even though I hate the fucking rain. And I do hate it. But I'm going.
The rain cleanses your soul.
Yeah, well, this rain don't. It fucking makes mold grow. That's what it does. Ain't no cleansing your soul about it. I'm not kidding. Yeah. Okay. Let me see here. Copy. Hopefully this will.
Is Wanda E there?
Wanda E is, and she said hi to you, and I was going to tell you earlier, but you guys were talking, so I didn't get a chance.
Wanda E, she got re-injured. She was back in the hospital.
She's walking around in casts, I believe.
Oh, Jesus.
She got Katieism. She got catism.
Oh.
There's Joey's
channel.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been catized. That's what happens, Wanda, is we start hanging out with Kat and then we start falling over shit like I did when I fell over my dresser drawer. That would have been right after Kat had taken her 2 spills. I mean, she was just getting ready to heal up, was pretty much like on her road to recovery, basically had done it.
Bam.
And then like that was just too good. She couldn't help it.
Yeah, next week is a year.
She needed a dog pisser, so she figured if she broke her foot,
I find somebody to walk the dogs. Yeah, that was my reason for that one. I don't know who I was telling today. I said, God, next week's a year, and I'm on a good roll, and I want to keep it that way, so we're not going to discuss it.
Oh, well, no wonder Outlaw left. He started his own show.
He did. Maybe he had it already up and forgot he was supposed to be live.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Might be. Oh well. So yeah, you'll be right back. Gotta walk the doggos. All right.
Who's that big dog?
Nope, that's Rooster. Rooster Cogburn. Popeye the Sailor Man. Toot toot. Toot. So my grandson, it reminds me of my grandson because everything, like, you know how the Disney movie starts out and it'll have the intro and it does like the song, like, and it'll do the na 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 na. He does that whole thing and he harmonizes to a 2.5 years old. This baby harmonizes like nobody I've ever seen. It just blows me away, cracks me up. So he sings all those parts and like he knows. Right now he's stuck on Madagascar, and so I told Kayla today, I said, I think this means that he's probably watching it too much, but he knows almost the entire movie. Like he can pretty much tell you the entire movie. I'm like, okay, we probably should turn that off. And I mean, and he does turn it off and go along and play with his toys, but I'm telling you, he has watched it so much, he's memorized all the lines of most of the characters. It cracks me up. Fucking funny. So how was he today when his aunt came in? Was he over the moon? Oh, always. Always. Yeah. I mean, she's like his everything. Like, yeah, it's the cutest thing ever. Right? Cartoon songs are the best songs. Yeah, we have quite a few of them that he knows. And what's funny is when he was little, his mom and my daughter, his auntie, would always sing to him every one of the Disney songs. And so when they come on, whoever he's with, he'll kind of look at him like, are you going to sing?
Sing. Yeah, let's sing.
What the hell? TT sings, mommy sings. Why aren't you singing? I'm like, shit, I don't know all the words this one. Sorry, bub.
Yeah. Mm.
You know what, Flatty? The older
Hey, Flatty.
Disney was way different. They weren't woke. Walt Disney was not woke. And I don't believe he believed in a lot of the bullshit that goes on today with Walt Disney. So it is the one thing that I do try to do is not like a lot of these newer movies. I've been trying to push him away from them. It's hard though. One of his favorite movies is In and Out. Is it called In and Out? Is it In and Out? I think it is In and Out. Anyways, he calls it Awa, and it's his favorite movie and one of his favorite movies. And because it's one of those newer ones, I try to keep him away from it. All the older ones don't bother me as much, but those newer ones, I do try to keep him away from them.
Do you know what gave me a stroke when my daughter was born and she was started watching TV? That Barney. Like still to this day, that song makes me bananas.
Oh my God! I
Barney is a friend of ours from our imagine. Oh God, I just have nightmares.
I always loved it, and we always sang him. I love you. The ones he taught that I loved the most, though, were the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round.
Well, that song's okay, but the theme song, Barney is a friend of ours.
To eat equals and baninis. Oh my God, we'd sing them forever. Yeah, my kids were all of that age. Of course, as soon as they realized who Barney was and what the deal was, they're like, fuck Barney, get him out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, they were quick to know that. And I was like, what? Really? He taught you guys your colors. He taught you all that stuff. He really did.
Be nice to your friends. Share.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Sharing is caring and caring is love.
All my friends hated Barney bullshit. But you know what? All my friends' kids never fucking talked as early as my kids did. And they couldn't fucking tell you colors, numbers, none of that shit. My kids could tell you all that stuff. And I swear it was from Barney.
Yeah.
And a big one was about being kind. And trust me, I needed that because, man, I had two boys that were. Matthew was kind, but Sean,
he was the spice in your life.
Mother of. He tested everything in me all the way up till he was about 25. And it was every day. Every freaking day for 25 years. There was never a moment where you were like, okay, I can relax. Like you have no, I thank God daily that my son found Jesus and stopped drinking.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. It would have been the death of me and him if he wouldn't have. Like, I'm not kidding you. It was bad. It was bad. And he just one day went, okay, I'm done. That would have been the day that he burnt his girlfriend's clothes. Because she didn't come home. Now. She didn't come home one night. We burned him. Yeah, you'll come home. We called her and let her know that he was burning them. And he told her he'd burn them one by one.
So hurry up back.
Yeah. She's the one that left him in town. Fucking leave him in the city by himself. He's drunker than 10 Walson pissants. And she just left with her girlfriend. So he paid her back.
That's funny.
Yep. And from then on, he was like, okay, I went way too far. I think it was because he didn't remember part of the night. I think that whole blackout thing, he really realized, okay, it's probably time to stop doing this. And he went and Did it all on his own. Nobody asked him to. I mean, it was just him. He
Yeah.
just decided to do it. Tell
Maybe he
Kathy
just
I
had
will bring
enough.
the matches if she needs them. Just saying. Of course you will, Ma. I got the kindling.
But yeah, I just I don't know. I was really gonna just go clean my room because it's just a hot mess. Because I took everything out of the rooms that I don't want it in there no more, and I threw it in my room, and now I just look like a bomb went off. And where am I gonna put all this crap?
Yeah, I kind of went through some clothes today. I fed a mouse a cookie, and I wish I wouldn't have done it because it wasn't really. I should have waited till next week, and I didn't. And so now I have a lot of shit to go through. I'm in my spare bedroom. If you seen behind me, you'd be like, "What in the fuck happened?" Because I went through a bunch of stuff once, and I cleaned all that up, and I had it all perfectly organized and everything. And then I was like, "Oh well, shit! Look, there's some more shit." So then another bomb went off, and that's
Yeah, but
where
it's like, where does this shit keep coming from?
oh fuck, I don't know. I'm pretty sure like it's like mice and it multiplies back there. I'm pretty sure I had one shirt and now I have 7 of the same shirt. And I didn't buy 7 shirts of the same shirt. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like, where does all these shoes come from? My brother, get what are those shoes called? You slip your foot in them, they got the holes in the front of them. They're rubber or whatever the hell they are.
Crocs?
Yeah. Oh, get a pair of Crocs and wear them around the house when you're not wearing your sneakers. Well, I put them on my feet and I took them off and I said, what? Take these back home with you to Wisconsin. I don't want these things. These things killing my feet.
Yeah, they're not good for people. I don't mean to put it this way, but they're not good for experienced year I don't know, yearly experienced people.
Yeah.
Neither are UGG boots.
Well, I like my boots.
I know.
I've had them for a long time.
We're not supposed to wear them. It's not supposed to be good for our arches. It breaks down everything. It's just not supposed to be good for us.
They are comfortable. I've had them forever, and I only wear them if it, God forbid, ever snows, which is so rare it doesn't. But when it does, I do like to put them on and make my feet toasty warm. Reminds me of back home in New York when we'd have feet and feet and feet of snow. We're here. If I get an inch, I'm happy. One year it snowed almost a half a foot here. It was 2:00 in the morning. We went outside and made snow angels. I was like, oh God, this is great. Yeah. That's the last time we really saw snow.
Oh, jeez. Hush. We see way too much of it. Not like in Idaho, too much of it. But the problem is here is it could be a skiff of snow. But nobody knows how to drive in it. So they're they're driving around slamming on their brakes and can't figure out why they're in, the middle of the fucking street sideways.
Yeah, or kissing a tree. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're an idiot. Stay home.
Yeah, but if you don't learn in snow to drive in snow, it's useless.
I know, but here's the deal. I don't care what it is that I'm doing. If I'm not sure about it, I go slow.
Right.
That doesn't mean if you don't know about something, I don't understand how you just gas her and guide her and hope for the best. And that's what people do. It's like they forget. Oh, well, there's shit on the road. What do you think it is? If you can't stand up in it without sliding and falling on your ass, how do you expect your tires to?
And the weight of that car, of course it's going to skid.
It's just dumb people, man.
It's just like here when it rains, like really rains, especially in the summer and the roads are slick. These people are driving like they're at Indianapolis 500. And I'm like, dude, it's raining. It was hot. All the oils are coming out of the asphalt. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Dumb. Just dumbasses.
I don't say that because I'm older. I just say that because you're dumb. I've known that since I was 17. just don't drive fast. You're gonna get where you got to get, and it's better to get there in one piece than no pieces at all.
I'm telling you, I could get a lot of places even without snow tires, with packed ice on the ground, all by going slow. Now you might have to go really, really slow, but if you just went slow, you made it. You might make it in 2 hours instead of 20 minutes, but you made it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the first thing my father did in the first ice. He took me in the car when he was teaching me how to drive, and he sped and he hit the gas and then he hit the brake and he showed me how to spin out and how to spin out of the spin out.
Yeah. How to steer out of it. How
Mm-hmm.
you steer into the into it, not out of it.
Right. And he said, "Now, you want me to do it again?" And meanwhile, I think I was white as a ghost, and I said, "Nah, I think I got it."
I think I got it fixed.
All I kept seeing was the wall to the right of me saying,
Yeah, but he should have let you drive, is what he should have done. Here, now you get in and you
mm-hmm.
drive.
Yeah.
Because then you really know.
It's funny because my mother and father taught me how to drive, but they never let me drive. They showed me everything, adjust your mirrors, whatever. And then, but I was like, okay, let me drive you. My father would always say, nah, we're okay. I'm just going to keep showing you what to do and what not to do. Whew. And then I got a call when I graduated high school, and bam, I jumped in it and I said, okay, here's to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's
And
like
here I am, how many years later, and I still, knock on some wood, have never been in a car accident.
Yeah, I freak Marvin out when it's raining because I'll drive faster than he wants me to, but he drives like an old man too, so.
Gigi, I can never picture you driving slow.
I don't.
That one day I talked to you when you were driving and you were screaming at that truck driver, I said, holy shit, this lady's a maniac.
My kids, man, they learned road rage early on. One time I'll never forget, I was at a stoplight and somebody was fucking acting stupid, and I was like, fucking knock it off, you stupid son of a bitch. And I'm yelling and my hands are waving and shit. And I look over and there's a cop sitting in the parking lot and he goes, I was like,
you wave.
Yeah, I just gave him a thumbs up. Yep, gotcha. I'm getting the fuck out of here before you give me a ticket.
Think my biggest pet peeve is when you got a signal on and you're turning into a parking spot, right? And you're waiting for the guy to back out, and he backs out, and the car in front of him pulls into the spot after you were sitting there with the blinker on that you're turning in there.
So when that happens with me, what I always do is I'll wait. Like as I pull out, I get so close to that person that they can't pull into it. So they have to wait. They can't get into it. So if somebody's behind me and wants in, then I'll get so close to the car that's coming the other way. That way he can't swing around and pull into it. I learned my lesson from people stealing, and they know, they can see the guy behind me waiting. He's got his blinker on. He's been sitting there forever. And this guy just whips in and thinks he's going to take it. And I was like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
I find a lot of, I guess they're like 56-year-olds do that. And I used to wait for them to get out of the car and start screaming. And I said, what are you doing, Kathy? Really? Just go move and find another spot. It's a sense of arguing with somebody that just did that.
I am a Hawkeye. Like my head's on a swivel when I'm driving, when I'm trying to pay attention to 47 different things. I'm looking, behind me, to the sides of me, in front of me, what's coming up ahead, even if it's on the other side and there's a cement barrier in between us, I don't care. Because if it flies over, I want to know what's going to be my, least fast
escape
resistance.
plan quick.
Yep. I do the same thing walking out of a store, though. The whole time I'm walking out of a store, I'm thinking about what's beside me, what's behind me, what's on this side of me, and what's in front of me, and every single car that's in that parking lot, and definitely the ones that are anywhere near my car, and also the ones that are moving throughout the parking lot, because if they're getting ready to come up by my car, I want to be able to.
Yeah, any woman should be mindful of that nowadays.
Yep.
It's a damn sin, I'll tell you that.
And when I get in my car, the next thing I do is lock my doors, because when you're sitting there looking at your phone, fumbling through your purse, whatever it is, somebody's in your car already and they've got you. So
Yeah.
that's the first thing I do. And of course,
Yeah.
if I start my car and put it in gear, it immediately locks the doors. But I just, as soon as I get in, I lock them.
Yeah. I have a habit of doing that too, but yet when I put it in reverse, they lock themselves. But
Yeah.
or drive, but
Yep.
still, that's the first thing I do is hit that button.
Yep.
There's too much crazy out there.
Yep. I take no chances. Well, I
Yeah.
try not to. I also, when I drive up into a parking lot, I try to look to see who's beside me, especially the cars that are right beside me or where I'm going to walk to. Because wherever I'm walking through, if I have to walk by another car, I want to see who that is. I want to, I want to see if there's somebody in there. If it's a van, I'll try to never walk on the door that opens, the big door.
Yeah.
And I really just try to stay away from those type of rigs. So I think about that stuff all the time and try to be extremely mindful of it. And a lot of times what I'll do is go, even if it's harder for me to walk around the front of my car because I'm pulled up to, other cars or whatever, I would almost rather walk in front of the cars because then I'm not walking by any doors. I
Yeah.
walk straight down through the middle of them and then out.
And now, I'm so ridiculous. Now that I got a new car for myself, I don't want to park in a narrow spot. Like if there's a SUV or a van or whatever parked next to me and there's only 5 inches of space, I'm not parking there because you're going to ding my new door and I don't want any dings on my car. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ridiculous.
Yeah, people, the ones that piss me off is those ones that take 2 spots so they can keep their
So they
car
park
from
over
getting
the line so they know that nobody's going to park next to them.
Yeah, so they don't get their car dinged.
Uh-huh.
So then I usually leave them a note that says, look for the dent. Look for the dent. Where is it?
Uh-huh.
There's no dent, but they're going to spend fucking 20 minutes looking for that son of a bitch.
Uh-huh. Oh, you could put a note, I'm sorry I dinged your door. It's a pretty big one. And then let them walk around the car looking for the ding.
So, Big People, Little World, Amy, she was over here. They live just outside of town. And she was over here at the mall. And I don't know. I was going into Foot Locker. I don't remember where I was going. But I went to park, and when I did, it was Christmas time, and of course, there's hardly any fucking parking spots.
Oh no!
But this one area had quite a few spots open, and this dude parked his rig this way. So they go in this way. Well, he parked this way, long way. He didn't even just take up 2. He took up like 4 fucking parking spots. Or 3, I guess. And so I was pissed. I was so pissed, and I had the time to do it. So I took all these carts that happened to be within the vicinity, and I put them all the way around his rig. I shit you not. I completely gated him in. And when I got done, I grabbed my purse out of the car, locked my door, and went to walk in to, I think it was Foot Locker. And I look, and here is Amy Roloff looking out her window at me. And she is laughing her ass off, and she gave me a thumbs up. And she rolled on by, and I just kept going. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Of all the people in the world to catch me, I'm like, shit. I was so embarrassed.
What you should have did was park right next to him long way so we couldn't even get out.
Well, I mean, he'd have still been able to get out because there was, there was enough of a space. But yeah, I was not fucking happy. I was pissed, some bitch. I mean, he made it to where I had to park further away because of where he did park. So I did park at kind of at the end of where he was, but I still made lots of room for fucking all these cars. When I came out, he still hadn't came. So I don't know. I should have waited to see because I'm sure he was one pissed off.
Is Mishka there? How's the baby?
Mishka?
Is it Mishka? Who had the baby? Maybe it wasn't Mishka.
Little bit. I
Little
haven't
bit.
seen Little Bit. Mishka's here, but I have not seen Little Bit tonight. She probably busy with the baby.
Oh, Mishka's Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Mishka's a mama to a pretty little husky. And she is gorgeous. That dog is so pretty.
Nice.
Amanda had the beautiful baby.
Nice. Very nice.
So cute. So yeah, what else do we got?
Nothing. I can't believe it's 11 o'clock already almost.
I know it. 3 hours. It almost flew by. And looky there.
You're used to being on here till 1, 2 in the morning.
Well, I try not to. I mean, maybe 1, 2 your time, but not mine.
Yeah.
How's Buddy Cat? Oh, he's still blaming everybody for everything, Buddy.
I don't know. I think he's actually sleeping. I don't hear no noise.
Fuck that.
I don't hear no noise.
Actually, don't wake him up. You might get some sleep tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Go take his phone and chuck it outside, and then you'll get some sleep. Nobody will wake him up.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very quiet, so I'm assuming he must have fallen asleep.
Flatty wants to know if he's still looking for a map.
Who said that?
Flatty.
Flatty, let me tell you something. Her and Sugar Britches the other day, last Wednesday, had me the two of them. Oh, she goes, she said he can't find directions and his computer has chlamydia. We were dying. I mean, I just can't. I can't. Flatty, you are the best.
I know. She's so funny.
She really is funny.
Her Sugar Britches is too. They're fucking hilarious. They get going, man.
Yeah.
You get him backstage or like Discord. Oh, shit. They're so funny. Because you get to hear him talk too. So, it's the best. Yeah. We haven't done a Discord chat in a long time. We need to do that.
Yeah, but she's so quick. She's quick with her comeback lines.
Yes.
She is so quick. If somebody says something and she catches them and they fuck up, she's gonna let you know.
Yep, she's super witty.
Yeah, she is. She's good. It was good to hang out with them last Wednesday. It really was. Was it Wednesday? I can't even remember the day. No, Saturday it was. Saturday.
But he got lost and blames everyone else because he didn't have a map. And he got chlamydia from a porn bomber. Yeah, that's right. He did.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah, he had an STD.
Yeah, that was funny. That was perfect.
Y'all don't know it, but right now I'm dying of heat. And so I have my fan that I just turned this way and I got my shirt up.
Oh, Jesus. Thanks for sharing. Put your avatar up.
No, it's okay. You guys can't see nothing.
Okay. Oh, you mean you got the front open, cooling you off?
Yes, I'm down.
Yeah. Let's just pray. Let's just pray that it goes quick for you. I know women that get that shit for like 10, 15 years. I would lose my mind.
Oh my God, I'll go crazy. I will be taking fucking ice baths. I think Buddy needs to make another go at it at the mountains, right?
Yeah.
Just take that shirt off. Got her nobody here. I'm like, yeah, right.
You're amongst your friends.
Yeah. That's great. It's just us. There's only 15 people here. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
He modded MC back up after you went sideways on Fatty for attacking Trump in chat. Good. Fucking go sideways on that fucker every time. Did I say that out loud? Son of a bitch. Oh, he's not asleep. Son of a bitch who woke him up.
Oh, you could hear him?
Yeah. Who woke him up?
I didn't wake him up.
Somebody did. Damn it.
I'm
Now
on the
you're
other
screwed,
end.
Cat.
No, I'm
You
really
ain't going
not.
to sleep now.
No, when I drop down, I'm actually going to, because I don't have nothing. I have absolutely nothing to do tomorrow. What a nice feeling. I am actually going to try to do something with all this stuff, like get a box or a bag so I can bring it to Goodwill.
Oh, that Christmas tree that's in the corner?
No,
Didn't
that's
fall away?
staying.
Oh.
Listen, you want to hear a funny story? I don't know. I don't know if I knew you last Christmas. Did you watch Buddy's Christmas special about
No.
LC?
No.
Oh, well, anyway.
No, but actually I did, but it was later. That's actually how I found Buddy. I went, oh, look. You don't
Mhm.
like him. We must be friends.
Well, the two little white trees, because last year I had hurt my back in November and I couldn't do nothing. So we went and bought these two little white little trees and some Christmas crap, like to put on the fireplace. So this year I went and bought little miniature Christmas ornaments. They're not even an inch big and they're all sparkly and glass. So I put them up the other day and I was telling Big Dog and I went and bought fairy lights to light up the tree. I said, and I put a red star on top. I said, this is Gigi's Christmas tree. It's got bulbs on it and lights and a star.
The ugly one?
No, the white
Oh.
one.
Oh, yay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I took out from under the cat. I'm like, everybody's like, Big Dog said to me, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Let's get through Thanksgiving. I said, I'm skipping Thanksgiving. I'm going right to Christmas because I'm excited. I haven't, before COVID or the C word or whatever you're supposed to call it on YouTube,
You
the
can call
virus.
it.
I haven't put up decorations. I haven't done anything. So this year I'm excited. So I have a hand
So she
painted from.
finds the ugliest fucking tree on the internet
It's
and puts it
not
in
a
her house.
tree. It's a decoration. Just
It's
leave
not even
Betsy
that.
alone. She's over there in the corner minding her business.
Her name's Butt Ugly Betsy. That's right.
There you go. We'll call her BBB. Bug Ugly. No, BUB. Bug Ugly Betty. So
Bub.
anyway, yeah, Bubs for short. So Bubs is
Bub.
over in the corner minding her business. So I went under the cabinet on top of the bar. And I said, oh God, the hand painted Christmas tree from Germany that my daughter will not take back. She told me no backsies. And it's all hand painted with stuff on it. I said, I'm going to put this out. I'm really going to look Christmassy this year. It's just I got to get in that closet and pull the big tree out and all the ornaments and the lights. And I don't
Did you
know.
get in that closet yet?
Yes.
How did you get in there?
Buddy got what did he use? I don't even know what he used, but he got it open. So he got it open
did
for
find
me.
your crowbar?
No.
Oh my gosh.
But he got that door open and I was very thankful. And we looked in there for the crowbar because I thought, well, yeah, maybe I did close it in there. But no, it wasn't in there. But anyway, so I started taking stuff out. I said, I'm going to use my mother the year before she passed away, bought me all gold bells on a reef. So every time you open and close the door, it sounds like Santa's coming, jingle, it's jingling. I said, I'm putting that up on my door this year, but not now. It's too early. That door opens and closes too much. I'll be hearing jingle, jingle in my sleep.
You read that?
What does it say?
Your Russian life.
She's Russian life, thinking, Big Dog, do you realize I spent a year on my back? Like, let me rush my life.
Well, hooker life happens to be that way, but it's fine.
Yes.
I don't know why you're bragging.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's nice, AMC. How the hell are you?
Hey, you might have spent a year on your back, but Thanksgiving still comes first.
Yeah. I don't decorate for Thanksgiving or fall. She's got all her plants out there and all fall stuff. She sent me pictures of her front yard. It looks very beautiful. But me, no, I don't do Thanksgiving. But me, I'm doing Christmas, and I'm doing it right.
You're kind of wrong with your tinfoil Christmas tree, but it's okay. I think
it's not a Christmas tree. It's a decoration.
Can you put a tinfoil hat on the tinfoil Christmas tree? If you're going to have a tinfoil Christmas tree, you got to at least put a tinfoil hat on top of the tinfoil Christmas tree.
Can I go get one of those that says 2024 on it or 2025 for New Year's, and I'll put the hat on top of it and send you a photo?
Right.
That's got usually that shiny shit on the outside of it. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I could care. I decorate for Christmas. The rest of them, I could care less about.
Yeah.
I used to decorate for all the holidays. Easter, thanks fucking Christmas, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
More. Valentine's Day. Yeah, check it.
No, I used to call that Cupid Day. I'd make your favorite red dish. So my daughter always wanted chicken parm with spaghetti with sauce. And every year for Cupid Day, she would get that. Cupid would shoot his little bow and send her a little box of chocolates. I told her Cupid injects love into your body and your soul and expresses feelings. And that's what Valentine's Day is about. So she does
She
it
met
with
her
her son.
husband. She was like, "Oh, you're Cupid! You
Yeah.
shoot it into my soul." Like that.
It's so cute because she does it with my grandson, you know. She said, "Oh, Valentine's Day is special. Whatever you want, red." And in the morning, he'll have strawberries and pancakes. You know, it's just all about red that day. I don't
No,
know.
I have not seen your peen pumpkins.
Who got pea and pumpkins?
Ma, you just knocked yourself off, Cat. Come on back, girl. Ma's got pea and pumpkins. They're peeing on each other.
Yeah, no, she decorated it so it looks like one pumpkin is excuse this word because I usually don't like this word. One pumpkin is pissing on the one underneath it. It's cute.
Why don't you like pissing?
I don't like that word. Oh, I gotta take a piss. Just say you have to use the restroom.
Oh. Yeah, I use it to take piss.
Oh. Yeah, so but she has it decorated to where the pumpkins look like they're peeing on each other like a waterfall. It's really cool.
Oh, that's funny. Tiny guard for penis. Ah!
Mm.
Send it to me.
Yeah, she should
What?
send it to you because it is. At first, I said, "What am I looking at?" And then she goes, "Don't you see the pumpkins peeing on the other pumpkin?" And I said, "Oh, is that what that is?" Okay, now I understand.
Harley Dad, are you obsessed?
Where is he? In chat?
He's right there.
Mm.
See. He's a member for 9 months. How are you, Harley Dad?
No, I can't see chat because I'm on my phone, and every time I hit the chat button for it to pop up, I drop down. Oh, there he is. Hi, Holly Dad. I'm still watching you. That's
I only
Flatty.
use that word when I've drunk too much alcohol. Then I say I'm pissed. Laugh out loud, which means you're drunk, right?
Yeah.
Or if I'm angry, then I'm saying pissed off. Laugh out loud. Got it. I have twisted humor. What can I say? I know, me too. Yeah, I can be definitely.
That's why she's a twisted sister.
A little sick. Harley Dad, great live the other night. Harley.
Yeah, a lot of people are telling me they saw the live. Matter of fact, I got a couple of phone calls from people I haven't heard, and they saw his live last Friday.
Yeah, I stayed for a little while, but
That's
I'm
how I
tired.
feel. Are you?
I think I'm getting tired.
All right.
How are you, Harley? I think I'm ready for bed. Well, maybe not bed, but
It's only 8 o'clock there, isn't it?
it is 8 o'clock. Yep.
Wow. So weird the time
but
difference.
I've been up since I woke up about 6 and I crawled out of bed about, I don't know, 6:15.
Uh-huh.
And so, and I didn't do a nap today with Lou. Sometimes I'll like lay down for about 20 minutes with him, but
Uh-huh.
my
No
daughter was
rest
here.
for the
So
weary. Yeah.
I went ahead and went grocery shopping and got other shit done. And while she was here with him. So
Yeah. It
made a
has
little easier.
been a very long day today. But I did get a little teeny weeny nap in for an hour. But then I was like, oh, I'm gonna clean my room. And then I said, oh, Gigi's on. And then Big Dog had told me she was here and she had to do something. And then she was going back. And I said, all right, I'll go pop in. And sure enough, I pop in and there's you with a glass of wine. I said,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, this girl, I think she needs an intervention.
I finished it. It's all gone.
There you go. That's probably why you're tired.
Probably. Drank just enough to make me sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Marv can have leftovers tonight, so I didn't have to cook dinner and worry about that. So yay. But now he gets home at midnight. Half the time he's not even wanting dinner. It's like, yay. Well, at least on the nights he gets home at midnight.
Yeah.
Big Dog once had a little book with all the different ways to use the word shit. It really used for right. It is.
Huh.
I did. I got me a gallon of milk and a loaf of bread. Is that enough? Because that's all there is.
That's enough shit.
Yep.
You're waiting for that big storm to come, so you ran to the supermarket to get the milk and the bread.
Yeah, I am fucking.
I'm just teasing.
I probably have enough in my freezer to manage, but it's not. It's just me and Marv, and then if I have Lou. But if the storm's that bad, then I'm not going to get Lou. So
yeah.
But if it rains like that and it gets really bad, I mean, my son and daughter-in-law live in a fucking flood zone. So I'll be like, all right, you guys, get the fuck out of there right now.
It'll be okay. Just keep your eye on the TV.
Oh, yeah. Well, we just keep our eye on the road out there because that won't tell us a whole lot. The TV, they're not going to tell us. So we just watch the road and see how much it's coming up. If it comes up too much, then it's time for them to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not that if the road washes out, but if it washes out all 3 different ways it is that to get to their house, then that would be a problem. But there's 3 different ways to their house. So, but as long as it doesn't rise up to their house, they're good.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Make pancakes, right?
Yep. Is Holly Dad coming up with you? He could come up here and sit and watch you yawn to all of us here.
No, I'm going anyway. It's fine.
All right. Well, thanks for having me up tonight.
Thanks for coming up. You have a good evening.
I'm going to get all the shit and put it in bags and boxes.
There you go. Get her done.
All right. Big Dog.
Thanks, Kat.
AMC, Flatty, everybody in chat, have a great evening. Thanks, Gigi.
Good night, Kat.
Good night, hon.
She gets back, heading to Gigi's house. Well, I don't know. We're not really up on a hill. Are you closing this? Should I do the countdown? Why? I think so, darling. I think we're good. We've done 3 hours and I'm already tired. Hey, Shaz, we're just getting ready to close up shop. You and Harley are just coming in at the end of her. Good to see you. I know. Incoming snow here too. Ugh, fucking yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. All righty, you guys. Have an awesome night and week. And I will see you I should be able to see you Friday. It might be a late coffee club. I don't know. No, yeah, it might be a little bit later coffee club. We'll see. So, y'all have an awesome night. Thanks so much. Bye, y'all. Where are we at?
News bullshit. Step right up, got tickets on sale. In today's episode, trains coming off the rails. Watch it all burn from the screen on your phone. But don't you worry about it, you're safe at home. Every talking head will tell you everything's fine. It's the blind leading the blind. Yeah, it's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Well, the world's strongest man just dropped the ball, and the tent's caving in from the weight of it all. Yeah, the lion's at the cage, puppets in a rage, and the ringleader's on parade. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on.
Come on! Witness the greatest show on earth! Enjoy the flames!
It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through